Good morning, everybody, and welcome. This is Kelly Gerber coming to you, not live, but still coming to you from SAXL 5-man event 2 in Johannesburg. I'll be joined a bit later by my fellow former Kings 2 teammate, Dylan Pretorius, and we'll be bringing you all the action as it happened right here at Paintball Place Krugersdorp. Alright, so you can see the refs and the teams are starting to get ready for the first set. While that's happening, let's have a chat, guys. Some amazing things have been happening for the league and for the sports in general in the country over the past few months, and that is all thanks to our amazing sponsors. Now, GISportz and Blades&Triggers have been our #1 supporter for a good couple of years now. I mean, as you can see, we've got a full-size competition bunker set. That's courtesy of GISportz and Blades&Triggers, guys. It's really great for the SAXL players. They get those good deals on the GI paint. So I believe everybody's shooting GI custom today. I've heard some really good things about this badge. Apparently it's very fresh. Now, since we're all the way at the tip of Africa, it does get a little bit difficult when it comes to accessing all the brand new gear, all the brand new markers, anything that you might need to be able to compete at this level. So Troy from Dye Paintball has really made it easy for the players to have that access to some of the best gear in the industry. And I hope you guys went to go and check out his booth. Tech and sales, markers, goggles, everything in between. Troy is your man. The ref team also seems to have had a little bit of a makeover. Dye Paintball South Africa has sponsored the ref team with brand new jerseys. So the guys are looking really fresh and they're looking like they're ready to throw some flags up. You may notice there's a couple extra names on the board here since last time. Void Paintball, HK Army, Virtue, and MacDev have been absolutely amazing. They are basically organizing some special prizes for the players as they win our MVPs, our winning teams, season champs. There's also some really exciting news coming up soon. Just stay tuned on our social media for that. So these brands have really been a great support over the past couple of months. And as always, KG Productions is here to bring you all the action. Make sure you see every point. Make sure to like and subscribe, comment, interact with the video, maybe share it with your friends. My biggest goal is to try and get some eyes on these players, the amount of work that they put in, the amount of talent that I see on the field. I feel like it does not deserve to be in the shadows. I just want to get as many eyes as possible on our little community. Let's have a look at the roster that we've got going for today. There are 5 teams competing. Couple of old faces, couple of new faces. We've got some teams that are a mix between new and old. We've got some players coming out of retirement to start playing again, which is great news. And we've actually got a team of a group of really young kids. I think that is Rage. Not very experienced on the 5-man side, but definitely willing to take on the challenge. So I'm very excited to see how they go. We've got our regulars, BMC and Katana. It's always an interesting matchup with those two. They are facing each other in the prelims. Always a really action-packed match between those. Alright, looks like the teams are just about ready to get going. We'll be right back. BMC on the left versus Rowdy
10
Rough Boys on the
seconds.
right. You're watching Rowdy Rough Boys breakout right now. They're getting ready to take on one of the strongest teams in the league at the moment, or actually the strongest team in the league if we're looking at points-wise. Hansi Schuster making a move out to the snake corner. Ooh, and he takes a tumble. Did he make it in clean? I think he did. Dylan Reinecker, I believe, in that, what are we calling that? The apple. Dylan Reinecker in the apple, fighting down the tape here. We've got Quinton Duffy. Oh, Dylan makes a move now. Oh, and he gets chopped up on his way in. So it looks like it's going to be a 2-on-5 situation here in favor of BMC. Quinton Duffy and Vian du Toit, I believe, they're fighting for their lives here. Quinton Duffy taking the walk now. Vian du Toit, oh, not long after. Here comes Dino Francisco running up the tape. A cool, 40-second point here for BMC. Not a bad way to start the day.
Base.
And that's going to be a clean point. BMC taking their first win of the day.
1 minute.
Second point of the day. Remember, guys, we are running split deck for a couple of these points. So this is one of the split deck ones. We're going to have Kings on the left, Katana on the right. You're going to be watching Katana's breakout just for this round. For this first set, we only have one camera, so we're doing some dodgy camera work. So apologies if it is a little bit scratchy here. It is only going to get better as the day goes on. So right now, this is Katana getting ready to come up.
30 seconds.
Haven't trained together in a while. This is the first 5-man in quite some time. So let's see if Katana still has the
20 seconds.
muscle memory here. If they're going to need some more training.
Ten seconds.
Right, snake off break. That's Ross McPhail all the way from Zim. But I think that's Dane Carfoot running up straight into the center brick there. We've got Jordan Jordan in the home. I can't really see nicely, but I think Callum Sturgeon is backing Ross up in the snake side. Ross moving his way up just a tad further up, almost in the 50. I see a big move up on the Dorito side there. Can't really see where it is. Alright, strategic move there from Jordan Jordan. Got 2 in the center, 1 in the snake, and 1 super far up the Dorito. Katana looks like they're going to take the advantage here. So it looks like the field's just been blown wide open here. We can't see on the right hand side yet. We'll get those cameras sorted for you guys shortly. But it looks like Katana's definitely going to take this one. That is a 5 alive. 1 minute. Well, it looks like they're just going to be, running the time down.
Base.
There we go.
Point approved.
Alright, first point on the board for Katana.
1 minute.
Coming up for round 2, Rowdy Rough Boys versus BMC. They've now switched sides. You can see a couple of the Rowdy Rough Boys walking over across the screen to the left-hand side. We're going to be watching BMC's breakout. So now let's talk about the lineup right now. You can see Brian Dolphin walking up. That's Desmond van Volt and Matthew van Black walking up. I think
30
that
seconds.
is Dino Francisco walking up too. So who's going to be their 5th now? Oh, it's Yosh Naran.
20 seconds.
Okay, this is a strong side, guys. I don't even know why I'm going through the lineup, because no matter what lineup it is an all-star team anyway. But it's interesting to see
10
how
seconds.
they play each of these points differently, and they sort of chop and change where each player plays. So it's quite interesting. Straight off the break, Matthew van Black. Okay, going to the Cobra, the outside part of the snake. There's a couple of bunkers. Doing a little bit of a crawl there. Sick. We've got Desmond van der Volt in the brick. So they've pretty much got the whole snake side down. I don't think anybody's going to be able to get through any lanes here. Desmond looking on the inside now, taking a big run up. Matthew van Black also looks like the field's been blown open. I can't see what's happening on the left-hand side, so I'm assuming they've killed everybody on Rowdy Rough Boys side of the field. I think that's Yosh walking out now. Quick and easy. They're really wasting no time.
Point approved.
Second point on the board for BMC. Rowdy Rough Boys, they have plenty of time to bring it back, but I don't really see that happening. These points are happening super quick. BMC's gunfighting, BMC's lanes absolutely dominating here.
1 minute.
It's going to be very, very tough for Rowdy Rough Boys to try and figure something out here to catch it up. Right, now it's Katana and Kings. It's their turn to swap sides now. You'll see Katana boys walking out. I am loving the new kit from both Kings and Katana. Shout out to HK Army for the hookup on those. Everyone's looking very nice, very professional. So Kings line up right now. We've got Thomas Cole, we've got Andre Brown, Keegan Olivachen, and I can't see the other two.
30 seconds.
Again, I do apologize, guys, for the quality of this camera right now, but it is going to get better as the day goes on, so please do stay tuned. At least for the most part, we can see what happened
20 seconds.
here. So Kings is one of those teams that, well, in the past, Kings was a team that was kind of a throw together. Whoever can play would play.
10 seconds.
But as of lately, I think something is happening. I think we're getting some commitment from the guys, and we can definitely see it in the improvements in the playstyle here. Straight off the break here, I think that's Andre Brown going out to the Cobra. No, that's not Andre Brown, sorry. That's Viku Boysa going out to the Cobra. Looks like Thomas Cole's taken the walk now out of that home. It's been shot out. Andre Brown in that apple, and Keegan Olivachen into the orange on the Dorito side. So it looks like they've still got 4 alive here. Not sure how many's left on Katana side of the field. King's looking to be taking a heck of a lot of pressure here. Fuku Boysa checking his own tape here. It doesn't seem like he has any, he doesn't have any support now on the snake side. Looks like only 2 left now on King's. Viku Boysa and Andre Brown. Think it might be a good idea to do the crosser. There we go. Unfortunately, not the best position for 2 players left in the field. You ideally want to be wide so that you can cross it up really nicely, but they're doing a fairly good job here of trying to navigate the entire field now from one side. Viku Boysa absolutely fighting for his life right now. I can just see the paint flying off that bunker right now. This is a tough one. Looks like he's itching to move forward. He's not really sure where he wants to go. He's taking a hell of a lot of pressure. Oh, and Andre Brown now gets shot out. That leaves Viku Boysa alone in that Cobra. I'm assuming there's more than 1 player still left alive on Katana, considering how much paint is flying at Viku's bunker right now. Viku just needs to stay tight. Unfortunately, wasn't able to make it. Katana, I know for a fact whenever Katana's high body situations, they absolutely do not hesitate to put that pressure on that last player. Nice quick one there for Katana again, getting the chance now to put their second point on the board.
Base.
I think that's Mark Gerber hanging
Point
the flag.
approved.
Second point there for Katana.
1 minute.
Alright, moving back on to BMC versus Rowdy Rough Boys. Potentially the last point for BMC, or potentially the chance to start bringing some points back here for Rowdy Rough Boys. I mean, there's so much time left on the clock.
Thirty seconds.
I am interested to see if they try and go for that snake push again off the break. It didn't work out so well for them
20
last
seconds.
time. Although Hansi Schuster did make it through to that snake corner off the break. I think he got shot when he peeked out.
10 seconds.
So it's definitely not impossible. Okay. Bypassing the snake corner here, going straight into the snake. Alright, I believe that was Hansi Schuster moving in straight into the snake there. Looks like he's clean as well. Very nice movement there. I feel like Hansi is the resident snake player now for the Rowdy Rough boys. I think that's Quinton Duffy in the home. And I can't see who's in that apple. Looks like they've lost one of their centre players now. 4 players still left alive on Rowdy Rough boys. Hansi watching his own tape here and getting clipped up there. Oh, and in the same breath, they've lost all the rest of the team here. That's a tough one for Rowdy Rough boys. Again, BMC absolutely dominating. Another quick point. I don't know what's taking so long here. Why they're not coming to press. Here we go. Nice slow Sunday stroll there. I think that is Brian Dolphin. I think. Can't really see. So yeah, we're playing Mercy 3, which means the first team to win by 3 points wins. 10-minute game time. I believe it's 3 pods and a loader allowed.
Base.
So
Point
definitely
approved.
lots of time, lots
Game
of action
finished.
to be seen still. Nice quick first prelim game. It's a great way to start the day. Get the muscles warm. And that's the first win of the day for BMC. Pretty similar situation going on between Katana and Kings now, going on for their last point, potentially last point, or Kings' last chance to actually bring this back. I'm not sure. Are we going to see a 3-0 win here for Katana? Or are we going to see some points and some back and forth? I see Katana is 1 player down today. We're missing Sheldon Zekeli on the
1
lineup
minute.
today. That's okay. We do have a pretty stacked roster. Nonetheless, we've got Ross McPhail in the snake there. Callum Sturgeon can play the snake too. I mean, the rest of the team pretty much all-rounders. So they should be okay, I feel.
Thirty seconds.
And I see they've recently picked up Dane Carfoot, so definitely not a bad addition.
20 seconds. 10 seconds.
Okay, looks like a big breakout here again. Ross McPhail now moving into that snake Rito, if you will. And they've lost their snake support now. I think that was Sean McGuinness taking the walk. I could be wrong. Jordan Jordan still in that home there, putting pressure down on the snake side. They've lost their Dorito side now completely. Jordan Jordan making the full nicely there. Doesn't seem like much pressure going on here. I do see some shots coming off of Ross's bunker. Looks like Jordan Jordan's got the open there to start moving up the D side. Brilliant fill there from Jordan Jordan. And I think that's Dane Carfoot up in the center. Ross McPhail now moving straight into the snake 50. Doesn't seem like he's taking that much pressure. Very nice spread of the field there. They've done exactly what they needed to do in a low body situation. Although I don't know how many players are still left alive on Kings. Were still left alive on Kings at that point. So, but very nice work there. Jordan Jordan's done a really good job as the home player doing the full. Okay, we're running time down or what? I think Katana's got a back-to-back. No, BMC's got a back-to-back game here. So maybe just give the guys some time to have a little bit of a break before the next set. Still.
Base. Point approved. Game finished.
Great, so using up only half of their game time, Katana winning 3-0. First game of the day. Kings definitely need some wins now to be able to go through. We're going to be moving on to the next set now. It's going to be a single set. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, welcome back. I am supposed to be joined by my co-host Dylan Pretorius, but it seems like his audio may have been a little bit muffled on the day, so I might need to talk over you, Dylan. I appreciate you. We'll figure something out for the next one for sure. So he was standing in while I was on photo duty, so we might get a couple of words here and there from him in between. I'll try and give him a chance to speak. Right now we're moving on to set 2. This is a single set. BMC versus Rage. He's looking at Rage's breakout right now. Rage is a team of fairly new players.
20 seconds.
I think a bunch of teenagers, really. We do have Darnell Breed coming back from a big break. I think it's been about 1.5 years since we've seen him on the field. Previously a 3-man player, so he's definitely trying something new here with 5-man. And then we've got Trent Nichols as well coming back from a long break. I think you're going to see him running into the snake now. He is the resident snake for Rage at the moment. Although Rage does have some decent snake players on the roster. Junior Sitole and Marnie as well. Pretty decent snake players. BMC having 2 in the snake there. They've got it pretty locked down. It looks like they've lost one in the Dorito. See a big release up the center here for Rage. Looking like a 3-on-4 situation in favor of BMC. Looks like Rage is holding steady though. No, it's a 4v4. My apologies, 4v4. I didn't see Trent Nichols there in that snake, so it looks like he survived. Let's see if he tries to make the bump up.
Rage making most spots.
Let me know if you can hear Dylan. I'm going to try and enhance his voice. Let's see. It's almost as if he's sitting next to me. BMC moving out to that snake corner. Definitely having a major handle on the snake side now. Rage just lost their center player there. I think that's Valdu van Tonda taking the walk there now for Rage. Would have been nice to see him in the snake behind Trent. If I'm not mistaken, I think that might be Desmond van der Walt in that snake Rito there. Really putting the pressure on Trent Nichols here. Alright, here comes BMC. Coming to round it out. Brian Dolphin going for the rundown. Okay, he's being nice to Trent today. Only maybe 1-2 shots in the pack. Okay, I'm hearing a towel being called now.
Towel. 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 Point approved.
Alright, strategic towel there for Rage. They're going to be back on the field in a couple of minutes. We'll be right back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the program. Today we're going to talk about a rather serious topic. The Envision. Throughout paintball history, there have been innovations that changed the game as we know it. What did it define? A legacy that refuses to fade and still holds to this day. Now it's back. Please return responsibly to your regularly scheduled program. Good day.
30 seconds.
Alright, welcome back. We're on to the second point of the second set of the day, the single set. It's Rage versus BMC. BMC is 1 point up right
20
now,
seconds.
but there is plenty time to bring it back. This is a Mercy 3 game, so anything can happen at this stage. Rage doesn't have such a bad breakout. They just need to capitalize on those aggressive moves off the break. They are surviving the break, which is good news too. It's just what happens straight after that. Right now you're watching Rage's breakout. Let's see if they go for that big push. Okay, one going to the orange on the D side there, and a snake. And Matthew Van Black moving straight into that snake Rito. Looks like he wants to actually move into that snake Rito. He's out in the open. Oh, and he gets taken out before he gets there. Leaving Yoshnaran filling in into the snake corner. Very nice fall there. And a big push into the center. Trent Nichols now almost at the Dorito 50. I think that's a, we'll call that the Dorito 2. Heinrich Last moving into that center tower. Not too bad. They're definitely going to need to watch that tape though. Oh, and Heinrich taking the walk now. I think he caught one of those sneaky shots on the D side. That was either Kayla Ferreira or Brian Dolphin. I can't really see who's playing that D side. But either one, definitely shots on point here. Yoshnaran now in the snake Rito. Got there super quickly. Very nice fall there from him. Nice work there. Rage losing another player now. Snake support completely blown out of the water. Trent is kind of on his own now, I think. Dino Francisco moving up the center now, taking full advantage of that. Blowing Trent out of that snake side. Yoshnaran now walking off. I don't know if he got shots or not. He must have. Well, BMC still has plenty of players left alive to go and finish this game out.
Base. Point approved.
Another point on the board now for BMC. That makes it a 2-0. They still have one more chance to have a 3-0 win, or maybe Rage can cause some upset here. We'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. This may be the last chance for Rage to bring it back. Still plenty of time left on the clock, as you can see. 6 minutes 40 seconds. A lot can happen in that time. Really not much game time used. Total game time for this tournament is 10 minutes. So definitely we're not even halfway through the game time at the moment.
10 seconds.
Rage definitely needs to be more aggressive at this point in time. They're really letting BMC slip through. Right now you're watching BMC's breakouts. Are they going to go for those big pushes off the break? Looks like 3 primaries and 2 releasing out. 1 in the center and 1 in the snake here. We've got Kayla Ferreira calling up the snake. Matthew Van Black running up the center into that brick now. Kayla doesn't seem to have any support on that side. She does have an apple behind her, but he seems to be watching the infield. Can't really see him nicely. Oh, there he goes. Moving out to the snake corner. Just as he gets there, Kayla Ferreira gets taken out. He's in a perfect spot now to do that full. Meanwhile, on Rage's side of the field, it looks like they've already lost 3 players. No, they've lost 2 players, sorry. Matthew Van Black running up the center now, really putting the pressure. He's now on Rage's side of the field, trying to go for that rundown. There's 2 players behind that home, and a penalty has just been called. And that's going to obliterate all of Rage's side. Matthew Van Black getting taken out in that chaos as well. However, there is still plenty of BMC players left alive here to round this out. So if all goes to plan here, BMC is going to get that 3-0 win again. Second win of the day, second game of the day. Definitely not a bad start for BMC.
Base. Point approved.
Great, another clean point for BMC. Having the perfect day, going undefeated so far so good. Rage is definitely going to need some wins on the board now
guys,
to be
that's
able
it
to
for
go
the
through.
second bracket. The third bracket will be a single one again. Rowdy Rough Boys left versus Katana right.
Okay, we're going to set up for the next single set. Rowdy Rough Boys versus Katana. That one's going to be an interesting watch. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be back in a little bit. Welcome back. This is Kelly Gerber moving on to set number 3, Rowdy Rough Boys versus Katana.
Okay, we have Rowdy Rough Boys on the left going into the next game versus Katana on the right. Katana looking very good.
Right, try to give Dylan a chance to talk there. Unfortunately, got a little bit muffled there. That's okay. Rowdy Rough Boys definitely needs this win in order to have any chance of going through to the semi-finals. Katana is looking pretty good so far, so good. They won their first game 3-0. Rowdy Rough Boys definitely needs to put some points on the board.
Like real time.
Not doing too badly, considering they don't play 3-man. Sorry, considering they don't play 5-man that much. They play 3-man quite often. Katana looking strong though. You're watching their breakout right now on the right-hand side. Straight off the break into the snake, Ross McPhail backed up by Callum Sturgeon in that snake corner, doubling up the home there. Rowdy Rough Boys also a really good start here. They've got one in that center tower and one in the snake. Hansi Schuster making the move out to the snake Rito now. Looks like he's got some good support there in that apple. Ross McPhail now moving out to his snake Rito. Nicely backed up by Callum Sturgeon watching the tape. I see a big move up the D side there. Mark Gerber for Katana moving up to the Dorito 4 already. And he takes out one of Rowdy Rough Boys. The apple taking the walk there. Ross McPhail looking to make a move up now. And he goes for it all the way in the snake 50 now. He's looking infield and he gets the kill on that tower in the center. Taking some pressure here from Hansi Schuster. Hansi Schuster gets the shot on Ross McPhail. I see a nice fill there from Jordan Jordan. Going up the center now, trying to get that infield cross shot on Hansi Schuster. Jordan making a bold move. Hansi Schuster makes it straight into the snake 50. And he's clean. Jordan Jordan getting taken out there. Very bold move there for Jordan Jordan. And Mark Gerber filling in on Rowdy Rough Boy side of the field in there, Dorito 4. And Callum Sturgeon with the rundown. Very nice work there, Callum Sturgeon. Rounding out the point here for Katana. First points on the board for this game. Nice work. So since this is a single set game, we're going to let the guys go back on for paints and air and we'll be right back.
2 minutes.
Welcome back. We're moving on to the next game here of this set, Katana versus Rowdy Rough Boys.
30 seconds.
Still quite a lot of time to bring this back. Rowdy Rough Boys definitely needs at least a couple points on the board. In a Mercy 3 game with this much time left on the clock,
20 seconds.
this game could turn really quickly. Right now you're watching Rowdy Rough Boys break out on your right-hand side. So far, Hansi Schuster's having a really good game up at that snake side. Definitely is going to need some aggressive push behind him to be able to stay alive a bit longer. There he goes for the snake on the outside Cobra now. Rowdy Rough Boys loses their home player off the break, but a big push into the Dorito 2. That was really good. They've lost their snake support player now. Apple taking the walk there. Big push into the snake on Katana side of the field. I believe that's Callum Sturgeon all the way up to the snake 3. He's followed up by his support player in that Snake Rito. I think that might be Ross McPhail or Sean McGuinness. They look pretty similar on the field. Hansi Schuster taking a heck of a lot of pressure on that tape. Infield player at that center tower, watching the Snake side, watching the D side, watching every side. Hansi Schuster releasing out into the Snake Rito now. Also taking a bunch of pressure from the infield. Both players now looking Snake side. They do have one Dorito who's looking down the Doritos tape, so pretty good spread of the field. Katana losing their back player. I think that's Jordan Jordan taking the walk now for Katana. Still having plenty players left on the field. I think it's a 4-on-3 in favor of Katana. Just as I said that, it's a 4-on-2 now in favor of Katana. Rowdy Rough Boys have lost their center player. He moved out to the brick and got clipped on his way in. Yeah, that's definitely Ross McPhail. I can hear him screaming. Good comms there from Ross McPhail. Just as he shoots Hansi out, Callum Sturgeon comes running up. Callum Sturgeon's going to press the buzzer to round out their second point now.
Base.
Just enlarging that point spread. Great work from Katana. Nice quick point there. Again, it is a single set, so we're going to give the guys some time. Paint in air, and we'll be right back.
Seconds.
All right, welcome back. Moving on now. This could be the last game of this set, or this could be Rowdy Rough Boys' first chance to try and put some points on the board and bring it back here. Katana looking real strong here. You're watching their breakout right now. On your right, I must say Hansi Schuster is absolute star this last two games that he's played. Showing up and showing off in that Snake side. It is a bit unfortunate that he has to face players like Callum Sturgeon and Ross McPhail back to back like that. It's a bit of a rough one. Alright, we're seeing one in the Snake corner here, doubling up the home. One in the Dorito corner and one pushing out into that center, into the tower. Hansi Schuster again, straight into that Snake Rito off the break. Putting pressure on his tape there with his support player in that apple, as well as a home player still left alive there. And I think they've got a Dorito corner. I see a running ref coming to that Dorito now. Looks like he's clean, so it's going to be a 5-on-5 here. Guys are just kind of staying in their primaries. Oh, and it looks like Katana has lost one on their Dorito side. And they've lost their apple. It's going to be a 5-on-3 in favor of Rowdy Rough Boys. Could this be the turning point here for the Rowdy Rough Boys? Hansi definitely trying to make sure of it. And he's moving out to the Snake 50. I see some paint coming off of that Snake Rito. So do they know that he's moved into the Snake 50? They might have spotted him already. Nice communication there. Hansi Schuster shouting out to his back player. I think that's Ross McPhail. And he gets taken out. And a penalty is being called here. Jordan Jordan being taken out as well. Is that Jordan Jordan being taken out? Yes, yeah. So 2 walking off now. So it looks like we have a 1-on-1 in that chaos. Rowdy Rough Boys have lost 2 additional players. It's a 1-on-1 now. Hansi Schuster versus Mark Gerber. Mark Gerber somewhere in that Dorito side deep there. Oh, he's going to make it. Hansi going for the run. Oh, and he gets shot out by Mark Gerber crossfield. Hansi caught with his gun down there. And Mark Gerber coming out to round out the point. Single shot accuracy there from Mark Gerber. And it looks like he's going to take a knee behind a bunker there. I don't really know why, since there are 2 points up. This point will round it out. I actually do have Mark Gerber here. Believe it or not, we do live together. Marco, come here. Come here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Do you want to tell us what you were doing there, by the way?
Tired.
You were tired?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
My whole team was dead.
Yeah, all you had to do was press the buzzer.
I was catching my breath.
Strategic time wasting there. A lot of strategic time wasting. I mean, there's 4 minutes left on the clock. If you had waited for all that time to run down, you would have wasted everybody's time. I would have run out of things to talk about, man.
I think I waited for like almost 2 minutes.
Did you one ball Hansi there, or did you ramp
It
it?
was like 3 or 4 shots. I saw him running.
And he was running with his gun down there. A bit of an easy kill.
Gun down, not looking where anyone else could be.
Oh man, it's a hard loss for Hansi. I mean, he played that snake like a champ. But I think when it comes down to one-on-ones, I think there's a lot more field awareness and practice that needs to be involved there. It's not a matter of just running down all the time. Yes, it does work majority of the time. Sometimes you do need to just keep a little extra care on your moves there. But great work there from Hansi. I mean, Mark Gerber is quite a seasoned player, so for him to be able to, last that long in the snake, as well as the last player standing, and then as well as trying to make that move up, it's... Oh, here comes Mark Gerber. He's pressing the buzzer, finally.
Base.
Alright, there we go. A whole, minute and a half wasted there? Brilliant. Okay, guys, so we're going to be moving on to the next set. It's going to be a split deck game. I'll announce that shortly. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Welcome back. This is your next set number 4. This is going to be a
30
split
seconds.
deck. First on the field here, we've got Kings versus BMC. Kings is definitely going to need to get
20
some points
seconds.
off the
30
board
seconds.
here. I think they might be in trouble if they are wanting to go through. However, BMC is sitting pretty on the top here, going undefeated
10
all day. This is
10
their
seconds.
third game. Is Kings going to cause some upset here, take some points off for BMC? Off the break, Kings is pretty conservative. Oh, looks like they've lost their Dorito player. That's Keegan Olivachen taking the walk now. BMC side of the field, they've lost their Dorito player and a penalty's been called. Their front snake player is going to take the walk too. Viku Boysa out in the snake corner here for Kings. Kayla Ferreira making a nice fall into that snake now. And I think that's Yoshna around behind her in the apple. So it's looking like a 4-on-3 in favor of Kings. BMC making some quick work of that snake though, but Viku Boysa going out to that snake Rito. No support on his snake side, so it's all up to him on this one. Kayla Ferreira crawling up to the snake 3, completely surpassing her snake Rito. She's now got a snake corner behind her too. Big move up to the D side here for Kings. I think that's Thomas Cole who's made the full. It's taken out by Brian Dolphin coming up that D side. Dolphin's now moving very slowly, creeping up. I think Viku Boysa might be alone here in that snake Rito. Cool, calm and collected here for BMC. And they're going to take Viku Boysa out now. So it looks like BMC's winning streak is just continuing today. Hard effort for Kings. Losing that first one off the break there. Completely blowing the Dorito side wide open.
Base. Point approved. 1 minute.
Right, that's going to be the first point for BMC. Brilliantly done there. Not too much crazy moves happening. They knew where they needed to be and they knew what they needed to do. Brilliant play there from BMC. Moving on to the next game of this bracket, Rowdy Rough Boys versus Rage. So 2 of our newer teams coming up to try their hand at 5-man now.
Yeah, started. The bases still work. I tested it now and improved.
Okay, I'll try and fix that.
It's going to be an interesting watch here.
30
We're going to see
seconds.
probably Hansi Schuster moving up that snake, and it's most likely going to be Valdo van Tonde on the snake side for Rage. So that is going to be an interesting battle to watch.
20
Definitely
seconds.
keen to see
20
who goes in
seconds.
first. Right now you're watching Rage's breakout on the right.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Not quite as predicted, but Valdo van Tonde going out to the Cobra off the break. Got Quinton Duffy in that tall tower in the center for Rowdy Rough Boys. Baldu looking out on his tape. He doesn't have really anybody right behind him. But I think he does have a snake support in the form of an apple, and he gets taken out. Marnie moving out to the center tower now on Rage's side of the field, equalizing that center push. Rowdy Rough Boys now has one in the Cobra. Bit of a snake advantage now for the Rowdy Rough Boys. That is, I think that is Hansi Schuster, just as predicted here.
Another player that they could be down to.
Looks like Rage is down to 2 players. That is definitely in Rowdy Rough Boys' favor. I think Rowdy Rough Boys still has, 3 or 4 still on the field. Quinton Duffy absolutely putting pressure now right in the center brick. Oh, and he gets taken out. I think he came out a little bit too wide there. Big push up the D side here for Rowdy Rough Boys as well. They now have one in their Dorito 2 and the Dorito corner. So 3 on 2 still in favor of Rowdy Rough Boys. They still got the numbers. I think that might be Dylan Reinecker and not Hansi Schuster. They look very similar on the field. I must say, all the Rowdy Rough Boys. Looks like he's having some gun problems. But in any case, plenty of players still left alive on Rowdy Rough Boys' side of the field. Looks like they're getting those last few kills here. It seems like there's only one left on Rage's side of the field. I can't really see where he is, but nice comms happening from Rowdy Rough Boys. Not trying to make any silly mistakes now in this high body situation. They've got a really nice split of the field. One still in that Dorito corner and one in the Snake Rito. I think there might be one left on Rage on the D side. Rowdy Rough Boys going for it.
Phase.
Rowdy Rough Boys managing to get that point there. I don't think anybody was left alive. I think they were just being careful.
Nope.
Point approved.
Great, and that looks like the first point on the board. I think the first point of the day here for Rowdy Rough Boys. So, not all hope is lost as yet. They definitely have the advantage on this game. Moving on to the first set of this bracket. BMC and Kings are now switching sides. We've got a lot of time still left on the clock. Kings can definitely bring this back. So you can see the Flying Mustache Gang player there is joining Kings for this tournament.
Seconds.
That is Ruan, I believe. I like to see it. Keegan Olivachen walking up there now. And we also have
20
Carla.
seconds.
I think this is her first tournament back
20
in
seconds.
quite a long while. It's be interesting to see. I think she's predominantly a Dorito and center player. Going to be interesting to see how she manages here against BMC. Not the easiest team to come back to for sure. Right now you're watching Kings' breakout on your right hand side. Okay, Carla moving out to the apple of the break. They're doubling up the home. Viku Boysa getting, Ruan getting taken out early there. Viku Boysa moving out. Big dive straight into the Snake 50 here for Yosh Naran on BMC, and a big move up to the Dorito. So passing the Dorito corner and moving into the Dorito 3, now into the Dorito 4. That is Brian Dolphin for BMC. Big pushes here for BMC. Kings is definitely going to need to watch that cross. Looks like they did get the kill on Brian Dolphin there, so that's blown the Dorito side open. But just as I said, that big full into the Dorito again here. So BMC definitely having a bit of a rotation going here. Yosh Naran way out wide on the tape here, trying to get that shot on Carla in the snake corner. Is that Carla? I think that's either Carla or it's Viku. Can't really see from here. In any case, Kings does have a snake corner watching the infield. They're definitely going to need to tuck in a little bit tighter if they're going to get away from that shot from Yosh Naran in that snake 50. Okay, and Yosh Naran definitely gets that kill on the snake 50. Yosh is now going to be backed up here by Desmond van der Volt. Doesn't look like anybody's left alive on Kings, so...
Really? 4 cameras. Yeah. Let me just see that one.
Yeah, it looks like some time wasting happening now.
You want to get in more of the
Not a
snake
bad
corner?
idea for BMC if they want a little bit of a breather here in between.
Maybe just a tad to your right.
But it might
like
be a good idea for Kings to towel it. Save themselves some
Yeah, just-
time.
Pulling it closer to the back center.
Alright, and that's the towel
Towel.
being called then by
Towel.
King. Strategic towel,
Towel.
save some time. Still plenty of time left.
Point
on the clock.
approved.
Mercy 3 game, that's definitely
minute.
possible.
So it's BMC.
BMC now 2-0 up.
1 minute.
Alright, let me give a little bit of a short explanation for those of you who don't know what the towel is. Basically, the teams have the option to essentially throw in the towel if there's a lot of time left on the clock and they want to give the other team the points to save that time and give themselves enough time to try and equalize or to try and get more points on the board with the time remaining.
Okay.
So essentially, there's a little button that the teams will press, or they'll just shout out towel and we throw the towel in for them. So that's exactly what Kings have done. Strategic. They're saving a lot of time by doing that. BMC could have essentially stayed on the field for the whole remaining time of the game and ended up winning the game, maybe pressing the buzzer with 10 seconds left to spare. So it's
30 seconds.
strategic. Not a lot of teams do it all the time, but when it's down to the wire, you'll see it being utilized quite often. Alright, so we're moving on to the next game of this
20
set.
seconds.
Rage versus
Fire.
Rowdy Rough Boys have now
So that
swapped
base A is
sides.
left, base
Rowdy
B
Rough
is
Boys
right.
is 1 point up right now with 8 minutes 1 second left
seconds.
on the clock.
Perfect.
Let's see if Rage is going to come in with the equalizer. The first equalizer of the day, I believe, if they do it. Right now you're watching Rowdy Rough Boys breakout on your right. Nobody going into, they've lost their snake side off the break here. Rage has Valdu Fantunder and Junior Sitole in the snake, so they've doubled up the snake. Junior moving into the snake Rito now, so very stacked snake side. I can't really see what's happening D side or midfield. I think they've got a home still. Watching that, and he's moving out, yes, to the center tower. That will be Marnie. He's really been rocking that center push today.
And he just got shot.
Junior now taking the walk, but they still have one in the snake, Valdu Fantunda. And he now has a support. Somebody has moved out to the corner. I think that's Darnell Breed to back up his front snake player. Rowdy Rough Boys is going to need to watch that tape very closely. Valdu's got some confidence. He's moving out to the snake 3. Rowdy Rough Boys still has quite a good spread of the field. I think they've got 3 still left alive. One in that center tower. Darnell Breed now moving, surpassing his teammates to go to the snake 50. He's going to be out very wide here, and he's getting shots left, right, and center. I think he's taken out the whole Rowdy Rough Boys squad besides one now. And I think that is Vian Dutoy left by himself in the snake corner. It's going to be a 3-on-1 in favor of Rage. Let's see if Vian Dutoy is going to pull this one off. This is a very stressful situation. Rage definitely needs to come with the communication now and take advantage of this high body situation. Darnell Breed doing exactly that. He's now on Rowdy Rough Boy side of the field, putting heavy pressure on Vian Dutoy in that corner. They're going to need to put some moves up. Vian Dutoy moving into the Dorito 50 all the way up, and he makes it in clean. I don't think that Darnell Breed has realized. Vian Dutoy has taken one Rowdy Rough Boys player out. Darnell Breed going for the run. Oh, and he gets shot just before he touches the buzzer. Okay, so now it is a 1-on-1. My goodness, that was some brilliant work there from Vian Dutoy, moving up and down that Dorito side. Being real sneaky there. Valdu Fantunde. Now all the pressure's on him. He's just flipped this game on its head. Valdu Fantunde now on Vian Dutoy side of the field. Vian Dutoy still sitting in that D side. I think he's very comfortable that side. He's definitely rocking it. It's looking real good. He's putting a lot of pressure on Valdu Fantunde. Valdu's kind of posted here. He's just waiting for Vian to make a move out. I think he does know the way that Vian plays. He is quite aggressive when it comes to these gun battles and one-on-ones. So Valdu just waiting for that silly mistake. But I don't know why. Valdu, he's moving up that snake, crawling up. Maybe trying to make himself scarce. Trying to trick Vian into thinking he's still behind that snake knuckle. And now he's behind Vian's snake 1 bunker. Vian Valdu. Oh my goodness, guys. It had to be these two that's in a gun battle. So right now we can really only see Valdu van Tonder. Vian Dutoy is on that D side. He is moving himself between the 50 and between the Dorito 1 and between the Dorito corner as well. He's moving up and down, really getting his steps in here. So I think Valdu has lost him. This will be pretty epic if Vian can pull this off, turning a 3-on-1 into a win. But it's pretty impressive what he's done already, turning a 3-on-1 into a 1-on-1. So brilliant work already there from Vian. He can definitely give himself a pat on the back no matter what happens, yeah. Valdu van Tonder trying to snap out up left. He's on his knees now. Maybe a good idea for him to move out to that apple as soon as possible, just to get on his feet and get a bit of an advantage. Every time he moves, he gets a little bit closer to the buzzer. And he does it. He goes to the apple. Alright, so on foot gun battle happening now. Vian Dutoy in that Dorito corner. Valdu running for it. Oh, and he touches it. And did he get shot before he got there? I don't think he did. I don't think he got shot. So he definitely managed to get away from Vian Dutoy's gun there. And he managed to touch without getting shot. Well, let's see. They're checking him now. Whoa,
Point
and
approved.
that's it. Valdu van
1
Tonder
minute.
taking it. Brilliant one-on-one game there. He crawled all the way up that snake. He lost his opponent many times, but he managed to make it work, and he won that on a technicality, guys. You actually don't need to shoot all the opposing players. You just need to touch their start station. So, brilliant game there from Valdu van Tonder. Vian Dutoy, definitely, he made a game of it, guys. Well done. That was brilliant. So, it looks like it's going to be an equalizer here between Rage and Rowdy Rough, boys. That might be the most interesting game of the day, in my opinion, for now. But we still got the rest of the day to go. Right now, we're moving back onto Kings versus BMC, who have now switched sides back. BMC is 2 points up. Kings really needs a win here to not jeopardize their chance of going out of the prelims.
20 seconds.
But yeah, BMC's been having a fantastic day. 3-0 wins across the board. This is their third game now. So it looks like they're in the running to be undefeated for sure. Ooh, I'm seeing Brian Dolphin setting up to run into that snake off the break. That's something different we haven't seen today yet. That's a nice thing about BMC though. Like every single player is an all-rounder and they can all play brilliantly down the snake, down the D side. So, man, Kings losing. Well, basically the entire team. It's a 2-on-5 now in favor of BMC. Absolutely dropping the hammer here. Brian Dolphin in that snake Rito. He's not stopping for anything here. In the snake 50. Yoshnaron right behind him in the Cobra. Ruan taking pressure. Oh, there's still one left. Okay, it looks like Kings have toweled to try and save their player's life.
Towel.
I wouldn't want to be
Point
absolutely
approved.
run down by 5
Game
BMC
finished.
players either, so nice one. Alright, BMC continuing that winning streak, man. Are they going to go undefeated all day long? We're going to see. Well, we'll probably see them in a couple brackets time for their last prelim match of the day. So we'll find out if they're going to be undefeated and going straight through. But I think their 3 wins on the board now is definitely securing their spot in the semi-finals. Right now we're going to go back to the Rowdy Rough Boys versus Rage game. Now this game, a lot of time has gone past. We're 3 minutes 35 still left on the clock. And it's a 1-1 game. My prediction, most likely... Oh, man. I think the time is going to either run out and it's going to be a draw. I don't know if we have overtime in prelims for this tournament, but I guess we'll find out if it does get to that point. Alright, so Rage is the first team for the entire tournament thus far that has been able to bring a point back, I think. So this is the first 1-1 standing that we've had so far. So, I mean, you guys saw that brilliant play between Vian Dutoy and Valdu van Tonder on that previous point. I see Vian Dutoy is back up for this point on the D side. They definitely could use him there. I don't know if he's gassed or... I mean, he's young, so I think he'll be fine. He's been playing brilliantly there.
Just make an announcement. So just say the guys when you're airing up.
Can Rowdy Rough Boys fix their win? I mean, they did win the first points. They allowed Rage to get a point on them, so...
Guys, just an announcement. When you full up air, just please keep your mask on. There's guys moving in and out. Just please keep your mask on when you're fulling air.
Why is it that every time there's an announcement I can hear Dylan's voice, but when he was commentating I can only hear
It
muffled?
looks like it's on and off. There's just some.
I'm gonna have to get him
30 seconds.
a headset or something. In
The
any
USB
case,
is also not lekker, yeah.
at least it doesn't feel like I'm alone.
Yeah.
20 seconds. 20
Right, so
seconds.
Rowdy Rough Boys breakout is pretty unpredictable, I must say. All day long they've been doing something different off the break, not doing the same thing every single
10
time, which is
10
good.
seconds.
Survivability off the break is really good on Rowdy Rough Boys side of the field. So right now you're watching their breakout on the left. One in the snake corner, one in the apple, one in the center tower, one in the Dorito corner. So it looks like Rowdy Rough Boys having a very strong start there. Rage kind of stuck in their primaries here. Not as good of a spread of the field as Rowdy Rough Boys has, I think. Just a couple of moves will do it though. Hansi Schuster moving into this Snake Rito. They've lost one from the D side, so it's a 4-on-5 in favor of Rage. Darnell Breed now at that Cobra. Junior at that Snake 1. I suppose you can call it a Snake 1 or a taxi. Looks like they've lost one out of the home there. They were doubling up that home. I think they stayed there a bit too long. So it's a 4-on-4 now. Quinton Duffy has now moved into that snake side brick. And he's watching both sides. He's got both covered. Might be a good idea for him to keep eyes on the snake side though, just to back his front player up. As he does, Hansi Schuster moving into that snake 50. I think Darnell Breed did spot it, but he was unable to get the shots on him. Oh man, Junior now taking the walk. I think Hansi managed to get that shot on him. That's an unfortunate loss there for Rage. However, they still have Darnell Breed in that snake. They've still got Marnie, I think, in the home. 3-on-4 in favor of Rowdy Rough Boys. Trent Nichols still in that Dorito corner as well on Rage's side of the field. Rowdy Rough Boys begging for a check here, I think, on Darnell. It might have been a bounce though. He's definitely still in. Quinton Duffy putting the pressure completely on Darnell, but Darnell managed to get out and he goes back towards the Dorito side. Looks like Marnie was able to get that shot on Dylan Reinecker. That's going to leave Hansi Schuster alone in the snake. But Marnie moving out to the center tower. Oh, center brick, sorry. Darnell Breed has completely switched the side of the field that he's playing. He was playing snake, now he's on the D side. He's moving all the way in. Quinton Duffy creeping in to get that kill on Darnell. I don't think he's noticed that he's there. Marnie's got his eyes on a running Hansi Schuster and he gets the shots on him. Quinton Duffy now right up in his face. Oh, and that's going to be a trade. Marnie and Quinton both taking the loss there. But well done there on Marnie taking 2 with him. Darnell Breed, is he still alive? I think he's going to press.
60 seconds.
60 seconds left of the game time. No, it looks like Darnell got shots in that chaos there. So that's going to leave Trent Nichols alone in that Dorito corner. And I think Vian Dutoy on Rowdy Rough Boy still on that D side as well. So another 1v1 here for Vian Dutoy. Let's see if he makes this one work. Oh, and he gets taken out by Trent Nichols. Trent Nichols is a killer on that one-shot accuracy, I must say. So that is a difficult one. Vian Dutoy being the last one left alive. Well done to him.
Nice.
And that's Trent Nichols pressing that buzzer for Rage and turning this game completely on its head. Rowdy Rough Boys was in the lead, and now suddenly they're 1 point down with 30 seconds game time left to go. Rage has definitely made this one a difficult one to come back from for the Rowdy Rough Boys. They're just going to get their paint and air and they'll be right back.
We'll play for 20 seconds.
Maybe if we can come on a Saturday.
Alright, I've skipped some time here for you guys since this is not live. I do have the luxury of doing that. 30-second game time. Rage 2 points. Rowdy Rough Boys 1 point. I'm expecting a big run from Rowdy Rough Boys to try and equalize this before that time runs out. At the end of the day, a draw is better than a loss. I'm not sure if we're going to overtime in prelims, but if we are, then all the better for the Rowdy Rough Boys. So they're definitely going to need this win. Rage is going to need to watch out for that push for sure. There's a nice combination on the snake going on here between Darnell, Marnie, and Junior. They seem to be rocking and they seem to be holding Rowdy Rough Boys off for a while. The moment one of them drops, that's when Hansi's able to make the move up. And he doesn't stop, he goes straight to the 50. So we're going to see some major pushing happening here from especially Hansi Schuster, but you're going to see some pushes happening from Quinton Duffy as well, who's not going to hold back. They need this point. They only have 30 seconds to go. If you're a Rage player right now on this side of the field, you're going to have Quinton Duffy, Dylan Reinecker, Hansi Schuster, Bian de Toy, Kyle Bentley all running with 30 seconds left on the clock, trying to get those last kills and trying to get that point. This is a stressful situation. They are going to need to tuck tight into those bunkers.
30 seconds.
You might find with a point like this, there could be some penalties being thrown, especially on the Rowdy Rough Boys, if they're going to be rushing it and trying to get that last point with this last time that they've got remaining.
20 seconds.
So the refs are going to be on high alert for this point.
$11 seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Apologies, the timeout was called before then. I just let it run down on my side. Okay, now it's 10 seconds. Alright, right now you're watching Rage's breakout on the left. Let's see if they survive this breakout. And off they go. Straight into their primaries. There's a snake, Valdu van Tundwe now into that snake one. Hansi Schuster in his snake one now as well. Okay, Rowdy Rough Boys not really rushing it as much as I was expecting. Definitely holding back a lot more than what they could have. I mean, they're in their primaries right now. The only one really releasing out is Hansi. That's definitely not enough time to bring this back, unfortunately. Not exactly sure what was going on here, but they did not play for the time at all here. So that's going to be a 2-1 win here with all the game time being run out. This is the first time it's happened this event as well. So very interesting match here. But Rage taking their first win of the day. Rowdy Rough Boys at least 1 point on the board, but not a good position to be in. We'll be right back for the next one.
Forged in titanium, sculpted in carbon. 30 years of die innovation distilled into one icon. It began in 1994 with a single vision: to build a better barrel. That vision never stopped evolving. A union of legacy and innovation. Crafted from aerospace-grade forged carbon and precision-turned titanium, every surface and every detail is engineered for harmony. A design where strength meets elegance and craftsmanship becomes performance. This isn't a mass-produced barrel. It's crafted one at a time. Each piece represents decades of refinement, from the first die barrel to the ultimate evolution in precision. Only 300 will exist. More than a barrel, it's an icon reborn, the titanium boomstick. Legacy redefined. Available at diepaintball.com or your local authorized die dealer.
Welcome back. We're moving on to set number 5. This is a single set, Kings versus Rage. Now both teams are on their third game of the day for now. They're playing 4 prelim matches today. Kings hasn't won a game yet. Rage has won 1. So Kings is definitely going to need this win.
20 seconds. 10 seconds.
This is Rage's breakout. Straight into the snake. Valdu van Tundwe goes. He doesn't bother crawling up. He goes straight to the snake one. King's also sending one into the snake. That's Viku Boysa. Being followed up there by Andre Brown. Valdu van Tundwe currently in the snake 3. Very close to that 50. Andre Brown moving into the snake Rito. He's probably going to get a better look at Andre. Andre moving into the snake Rito. He's probably going to get a better look at Valdu, but Valdu gets taken out. Crossfield shot there, leaving the snake wide open here for Kings. I'm not sure if Viku has realized this yet, but he can definitely start moving up. Thomas Cole making a move out to the center brick now. Rage still has one in the apple. I was talking about this previously. Kings has been doing this play of tripling up the snake side. And they've lost Andre Brown now. That leaves Viku Boysa alone in the snake. Thomas Cole backing him up now from that brick in the center. Running ref now to come and see. I think that he's going to check Keegan Olivachen or Thomas Cole. Yeah, he stopped there. He's checking him out. Rage still having, I think, 3 left on the field. Looks like Darnell Breed. In that apple, he's having a hard time pushing up. Looks like he's going to go over to the snake corner and try and make his way up there. Thomas Cole moving now into the dead center of the field behind a can. Haven't seen a lot of players making use of those cans. Seems to be working out nicely for him. Although Darnell Breed does see him there, takes the shots and gets him out. Gets Viku Boysa out there too. Oh my goodness, what a play from Darnell Breed. Single-handedly taking out the rest of Kings. He's going to go and touch. What a redemption story here for Rage. Oh, and it looks like Darnell Breed is a dirty hang. That's going to be a penalty, and that's going to take the rest of Rage out. They do not have enough players left alive to touch now. I must say, Rage is giving us some entertainment today. Between the last match and this first point, what are we going to do, man? That sucks. All that work for nothing, essentially. I wonder where he was shot. Probably on the pack or maybe on the loader where he didn't feel it. It could have been when he encountered Thomas Cole as he was coming out into that snake corner.
How many was left for Rage?
That's a hard one there for Darnell Breed. Did a lot of work. Unfortunately, it's a no point.
So then there's no point.
They're going to be starting on the same sides. They're just going out for paint and air, and we'll be back shortly.
60 seconds.
Welcome back. First point was a no point. Guys are starting on the same side. Basically starting the game again, just with a bit less time. 7 minutes, 37 seconds left on the clock. It's 0-0 at this point. Rage has the chance to regroup now. It was a hard one. I mean, a lot of work being done for a no point. It's a bit frustrating, especially for the players that got taken out due to the dirty hang. So hopefully regroup, try and get that awareness up a little bit more. Kings, very lucky on that one, having lost the first one. Being able to get a fresh start here. Andre Brown moving out to the Cobra. Thomas Cole in that center tower. Still 5 alive on Rage, and they're going to be pushing out into the center tower as well. That's Marnie.
Moving up into the snake side as well as to the Dorito side.
Andre in the Snake Rito now. Thomas Cole almost in unison there on that brick again. They seem to have a really nice dynamic going down here. Junior now taking the walk for Rage. 4-on-5 in favor of Kings. This is how you bring back a loss. Brilliant work there. Viku Boysa now in the Cobra right behind Andre Brown. Another triple up on that snake side. Thomas Cole now releasing out back into that can again. Dead center of the field. And he gets a cross shot kill on the Dorito corner.
All out for Rage.
Yeah, looks like the whole of Rage is wiped out now.
Yes.
Alright. Kings bringing that back very hard. They had the chance to regroup. Definitely worked in their favor. So that's brilliant work there. This is why it is so important as the last player left alive, or at least if you're the one that's going to be touching the buzzer, you got to check, you got to make sure. Sometimes you don't feel those hits. Having taken full advantage of that mistake there. We'll be right back. The guys going back for paint and air. Kings 1 point up on the board now. Welcome back. Moving on to the third game of this set. Kings versus Rage. First point was a no point. Second point, Kings came back. Getting their first point on the board now. Rage has some time to bring it back. 6 minutes 27 seconds left on the clock. Not too bad. Valdu van Tondo moving into the snake. Looks like he took a little bit of a tumble on his way in there, but he makes it in clean nonetheless. Bumping up and up is now the snake 3. Rage has lost one of their back players, somebody walking out of the home. Donald Breed still in that apple, backing up Andre there, backing up Valdu there. Thomas Cole, that seems like his specialty bunker right now, that big brick in the center. Viku Boyce now in the Cobra. Looks like Kings have lost one at the center. Valdu van Tondo still in that snake 3, putting some pressure on his own tape here. In my opinion, I think he needs to watch that infield, and his back player definitely needs to start watching that tape, because Viku Boyce is putting that pressure downfield right now. Big move up to the Snake Rito here on Rage's side of the field, so definitely having an advantage on that side. Thomas Cole watching absolutely both sides here. Donald Breed moving into that Snake Rito now, right behind Valdu van Tondo.
It looks like he's alive for the Rito player.
Big bold move into the Snake 50. Unfortunately, he gets caught just before he gets there. Thomas Cole and Viku Boyce have this side locked down. Viku Boyce looks like he's itching to move forward. Into the Snake Rito he goes. Looks like he's going to keep watching his tape. He knows that Valdu van Tondo is somewhere there in the snake. And Thomas Cole is going to try and get that kill crossfield on the D side. Valdu van Tondo taking advantage. Both are looking infield now. And he's now in the Snake 50. Valdu van Tondo now, he's competing against 2 on the Snake side. So, and he goes for the rundown. Gets Viku Boyce, but unfortunately gets shot out by Thomas Cole. But nice work there from Valdu van Tondo, taking the leap and going for it. If you're going to get shot out like that, you best take somebody with you. And Thomas Cole gets Trent Nichols on the run. Thomas Cole running an archer. I think that's a 3-pack for Thomas Cole for this game. Very nicely done. Can definitely see the field awareness from Thomas Cole. His specialty, I believe, is the back center and also a support player. So his field awareness is just on another level. He's not the worst person to have behind you on any side of the field. And he's absolutely been rocking up the center here. So I would like to see him maybe play one of the corners, maybe on the D side. But definitely doing the most for Kings right now where he is. So why fix what's not broken? We're going to be right back. We're going back for Paint and Air. It's going to be the last one for Kings, or the last chance for Rage to try and get some points on the board.
Yeah. Pop in, burn it like this, ain't checking my wrist. Third is my shift. Rolling all night like flex, we look at the clips, these credits are lit. Stacking miles, I'm far away from home, I got what I wished for. Taking that risk, I'm checking my list. Marathon man, it's run legit. Can't let it slip when it's all in my grip. Talking too much, he probably not it. All that I did, calls I missed, time I spent. Yeah, that's that blood, sweating my love. Checking I tug, out of the mud. Rough only get picked up like a truck. Went in the clutch, that is a must.
It's looking like this may be Kings' first win of the day. Still plenty of time on the clock. We're just under halfway now through the game time.
10 seconds.
Let's see if Kings is going to go for it, if they're going to go on the defense now. You're watching their breakout on the left. Conservative breakouts, not doing anything crazy off the break. Andre Brown moving into the Snake Rito. Rage does have one in the Snake 1 right now. Not a bad spread here, but I see a running ref going to Rage's side of the field. That's not good news. But it seems like he is clean. There's one in the Snake corner here for Rage as well. We're just waiting for some bumps right now because Andre Brown is in that Snake Rito. It's not going to take him long to move up. Marnie moving out to the center tower. Kings also moving up as well. Now in the center brick on the Snake side. Penalty being called on Rage. And unfortunately they lose their entire Snake side. That is unfortunate. Donald Breeds hasn't had the best luck during this set. Andre Brown seems to realize what's just happened now. He's getting ready to start moving forward. He's checking his tape first though. Marnie making good work of filling in here. Unfortunately doesn't go up the snake. Chooses to go to the big brick in the center instead. That seems to be where he does feel comfortable. He seems to be getting these lanes there as well. He's absolutely throwing paint down Andre Brown's way. He's been shot out now as well. Good work there from Marnie, good effort. Unfortunately doesn't get any kills there either. Rage has now lost their last player, I think. I'm hearing comms that it's home only, so maybe there is somebody still left alive on Rage's side of the field, or it could be maybe a loss of the kill count here. In any case, Kings is going for it. Yeah, and they find nobody behind the home. Plenty of players still left alive. I think that is 5 alive for Kings, so that's a perfect point for them. Rico Boyce has really been leading this team in a good way. Their comms seem to be up. Their confidence seems to be up. They're looking really strong. And a big improvement from the last event we saw. And that will be points improved. Kings' first win of the day. And it's a big win too. It's a nice mercy win there for them. We're going to move on to the next bracket, which is also going to be a single. So we'll see you guys shortly. It's going to be Katana versus BMC.
It was about the 4 dudes next to me and doing the best I could do to not fail. So if that is your job, you must execute your job at the highest level. You must have faith in yourself. I believe in myself. I believe in myself.
I believe in each and every one of you. Let's go.
You know how many times we get to live this day? How many? We have an immense amount of wisdom in our instincts. Feel that. Trust it. That's why you're here. That's why you're here. Hey, one kill at a time, 1 point at a time. Let's go. We are in control of this moment. We've got the experience. We've got the will. Let's go, baby. Come on. Play to win.
Have a job to do. We're going to execute it tomorrow, and we're going to have nothing but smiles, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Remember, it's a formula, right? That formula goes back. It's a ripple effect for everyone else in that formula, including the other team. Let's play it. 100%. 100% of the time. Think about this.
So let's celebrate with each other. Celebrate now, celebrate during, celebrate after. And let's keep up the positive vibes.
Enjoy it for 1 minute, but we still have work to do, man. We still have work to do.
Welcome back, guys. We're moving on to the next set. This is a single one, Katana versus BMC. Now, this is always a really interesting game to watch. 2 of the strongest teams in this division at the moment. So we're sure to see some very interesting points here.
10 seconds.
Right now, you're watching Katana's breakout on your left. Straight into the snake off the break. Same thing on BMC side of the field. Matthew van Black now in that Cobra, watching his tape. Looks like 5 alive on both sides. Jordan Jordan in that apple. Looks like he's getting ready to move out to the snake corner. We still have 1 in the home and 1 in the Dorito corner, who has just been taken out now. I think that is Sean McGuinness now taking the walk for Katana. Callum Sturgeon taking the opportunity to move out. Oh, and he gets taken out on his way. Snake side is wide open. BMC taking full advantage now. Have 2 in the snake side. Yosh Naran and Matthew van Black. Matthew now moving on the inside of the snake into the center. D side also moving up super quick there. There's 1 left on Katana and he gets taken out. Matthew going for that rundown.
Who was that was trying to
Yes, Jordan. That's Dane.
Dane Carfoot, the last man standing there. Bit of a difficult one.
Pace.
And BMC getting their first point on the board now. This is definitely set to be an interesting match.
2 minutes.
We're back. Remember, this is a single set, so BMC and Katana have now switched sides. BMC is 1 point up. Lots of time still left on the clock for Katana to bring it back. I think they're going to come in super strong off the break on this
30
round.
seconds.
Hey guys, I don't know if you can smell it, but
10 seconds.
BMC may be on the defensive on this point. We'll have a look. Okay, still quite an offensive breakout here. Matthew van Black back in that Cobra. Katana managed to get one into the snake. That's Callum Sturgeon now in the snake too. Big pushes up the D side and the center as well for Katana. They know they need this point. They're going to need to be the aggressor on this round. BMC has one in that brick on the snake side, watching Callum Sturgeon as he starts crawling up. Looks like Callum's pretty much locked down behind that snake too. Jordan Jordan moving from side to side in that back center now. I think he's going to need to try and keep some eyes on the snake side. Looks like somebody's getting ready to move out to the corner. Callum Sturgeon gets taken out of the snake. That leaves nobody now in the snake side, and that gives BMC the opportunity to start crawling up. Matthew van Black now in the snake 50. Good choice looking infield. He knows that there's nobody on the snake side for Katana, so he's going to try and get some kills crossfield. Big push up to the D side for BMC as well. Looks like Katana's just letting BMC slip through here. Katana now stuck in their primaries. BMC has lost one of their Dorito side players, but they still have that front Dorito now at the 50. Brian Dolphin putting pressure down the tape side. Desmond van der Walt moving into the Snake Rito on BMC side of the field, putting the pressure on the Apple player here. I think that is... who is that? Dane Carfoot, I think. And he gets shot out as he tries to move to the Snake corner. Big full happening here. He unfortunately doesn't make it. I think that was Mark Ripper getting taken out on his way to fill in there for Dane. And that's going to leave one Katana... oh, and the last Katana player gets taken out as well. Clean point here for BMC, having lost only one player on their side. Okay, are we seeing some strategic time wasting here? Yeah, we might do. Katana is going to need to towel this to give themselves enough time to try and get 2 points in the remaining time. Although at 6.5 minutes still left, yeah, it would be wise to towel it now. Again, guys, the towel, basically it's the option for the losing team in a situation like this where there's still a lot of players left on the field for BMC. Katana has nobody, but BMC is only going to end the point when they actually touch the start station. So they could essentially run the time down completely and end up winning this game 1-0, or Katana could give them this point and come back stronger on the next point to try and equalize it. So it would be smart right now for Katana to just give them this point, save that time. We're going past 6-minute mark now. Alright, and they do. The towel has been thrown. We're going to move on to the next point now. BMC is 2 points up. Welcome back. Moving on to the next game of this set, BMC and Katana. So strategic towel being called in the previous point here for Katana to try and save some time to get their 2 points and equalize. Maybe we'll go to overtime here. Katana is definitely going to push this one even harder than the previous point. It looks like previous point they were unable to get out of those primaries. Callum Sturgeon didn't make it into the snake off break, but did get shot out there with no support behind him. Katana doing something different in the breakout, nobody in the snake. Ross McPhail going to that big brick in the center. Looks like they know those lanes are going for that snake runner, so they're not going to risk it. All 5 players on their feet right now. BMC does have Matthew van Black in that Cobra, looking infield. It's amazing to me how a player can run that snake over and over and over again and do it with the same kind of energy every single point. It's absolutely insane. Ross McPhail now watching crossfield from that brick. They've got Dane Carfoot in that tall tower in the center. They've got an Apple absolutely fighting here. Like that's short on your Don. And BMC moves out to the snake corner. Matthew van Black starting to make his way up now. He's crawling. Pretty much out in the open here on that Cobra side. And off he goes. He's in the snake Rito now. Got a bit of a stacked snake now. There's a front player and a support player on that snake side for BMC. Katana is definitely in trouble if they don't push somebody into that snake now.
BMC just holding down the field on both angles.
Big push out to the Dorito 2 now on Katana's side of the field, and he's going to be watching the cross. So it's going to be Snake Rito versus Dorito corner here for Katana versus BMC. Matthew van Black not bothering to engage in that gunfight. He's going to watch his tape instead. If he has to just wrap on the left-hand side just a little bit more, he'll get a very clear shot of Ross McPhail. Because Ross is out wide a little bit there. You can see a little bit of his side there. Okay, some movement happening now. I like that in unison movement. Jordan Jordan moving out to the Apple. Sean McGuinness now in the Cobra. Katana starting to spread the field out a little bit more. A bit slower than what I would have expected. But again, it's probably best to stick with the game plan. Keep the comms up. Try and pick BMC off one by one here. Looks like BMC only has 3 left on the field. So 3 on 5 in favor of Katana. So slow and steady wins the race here. But that's yet to be seen. The moment that Matthew van Black can move out of that Snake Rito, I think it's going to be over for Katana.
Looks like BMC is moving up to the Dorito side, the snake side.
Both BMC players watching the infield now. It's going to give Ross McPhail the opportunity to jump over that snake beam and get himself into that snake 3. Thinking out of the box here, I like that. Ross McPhail now taking the opportunity to move up to the snake 50. Doing hurdles here. And he gets taken up by Matthew van Black. Oh no, he didn't get taken up by Matthew van Black. I think that was Desmond. No, that's Kayla Ferreira in that brick on the snake side here for BMC side. So nice lanes there for Kayla Ferreira. She's really putting pressure on Sean McGuinness in that snake Rito. Katana have now moved out to the Dorito corner. There's one in the tall tower and one in the snake Rito. So straight lines here, still sort of in their back bunkers. Matthew van Black taking some pressure from both sides now, and he is taken out. That's going to leave Kayla Ferreira alone, I think, in that brick on the snake side.
And the same for BMC.
Looks like Katana's going to go for the rundown. Alright, sacrificing his body. Katana still has 1 left on the field. Oh, BMC still has a Dorito side left. Dane Carfoot now in a 1v1 battle. I could be mistaken. I think Brian Dolphin's left in that in the Dorito side. I could be wrong, I can't really see him. But I can see Dane Carfoot, and he's jumping. He is trying to find the last player here. Trying to get his eyes on his target. Now he's not going to try and run up immediately. That's a smart move. He's staying behind cover. And he's going to just keep watching. But I think he has spotted the last BMC player. This is a lot of pressure to take as the last man standing here. 2 points down. The time is just running out. We have less than a minute to go. And Dane's going to go for the rundown. Oh no, he's not running him down. He's just sort of moving, making himself as small as possible here. And he gets the shots on the last BMC player. Brilliant 1v1 work there from Dane Carfoot. It was all riding on him, and he managed to bring it back. So that's going to be 1 point on the board for Katana. And they're going to take that Mercy Rule win away from BMC. And they'll be back on the field yet again with very little time to spare.
These are different types of balls you can use in your markers. Here we've got a paintball, a paper ball, a powder ball, tick ball. You get different types, and then your solid ball. Paintball is obviously for paintball. Paper balls is more for riot control and self-defense. Tick balls can be used for your farm, for your animals, your cattle, anything you need. And then solids is strictly for self-defense. Don't forget to like and subscribe on social media and YouTube.
We are back. Katana is only 1 point down. BMC now has to defend their win with very little time left on the clock. I don't think I've seen like a point that's lasted less than 30 seconds in a very long time. I think actually the last 5-man in one of the prelim games, when the whole team just rushes down. You see penalties flying everywhere. So let's see if Katana causes some chaos. Now you're watching their breakout right now. Okay, guns up off the break. Big snake run. Ross McPhail in straight into that snake route. A big dive into the brick in the center. I don't think that's going to be enough to round this point out with the time still remaining. BMC absolutely dropping lanes. Not a gun dropping here. Katana making a lot of efforts to try and push up as far as possible. They still have 2 primaries in the back though. They are going to need to start moving. Time is almost going to expire now. I don't think Katana's going to have enough time to bring this back. They are doing an effort here up the center. Nope, looks like that is time up now. Unfortunate one there for Katana. Good effort, just was not enough with the time remaining in this game. So they're going to take that loss. At least 1 point on the board here. BMC winning streak continues. Welcome back as we head over to the last prelim set of the day. Katana versus Rage. So it looks like Rage is definitely going to be going through to the semi-finals. Katana is definitely as well. So this is just kind of a seeding game, I would imagine. Katana is sitting, I think, currently second. So Rage could either seed third or fourth depending on what happens in this game. Katana breaks out conservative, nobody going in the snake, one going to the snake side, big brick there in the center. Valdu van Tonder at that snake router straight off the break, brilliant work there, but he's taking a lot of pressure from both sides. Rage have lost their snake corner, now Valdu's there on his own on the snake side. Sean McGuinness moving into the Cobra now, big dive on the D side, I think that's Mark Gerber going into the center brick on the D side. Heinrich currently in the tall temple in the center on Rage's side of the field. And Katana now moving out to the snake Rito. Both snake players looking crossfield. I guess Valdu van Tonder got shot out crossfield by a Dorito player. Heinrich now moving out to the snake side brick. Heinrich's going to take some pressure on that side, move over to the D side, taking pressure that side as well, but engaging in a gunfight while Sean McGuinness has the chance now to move up to the Snake 50. Ross McPhail out in the open now behind the pins, and he's going to go for the rundown. Heinrich getting taken out in that. Ross McPhail now finishing it out. He's going to get that last player in the Dorito corner for Rage. And that's Ross McPhail coming to hang the flag for Katana. That's the first point on the board here. Now this set is a split deck set, so we're going to get set up for the next round of games here. We're going to have Rowdy Rough Boys versus Kings coming on for their first point now. Welcome back. We're moving on to the next game of this set, Rowdy Rough Boys versus Kings. Kings is 100% through out of the prelims, and they're going to be going to the semi-finals. It's just going to be a matter of seeding. They need to win this game in order to seed, I think, third. Rowdy Rough Boys, they are riding on this game. If they win this game, they are going through to the semi-finals. If they lose, unfortunately, they do not make it out of prelims. So everything is riding on this one for the Rowdy Rough Boys. Kings breakout here. No one straight into the snake, but they've got a snake corner. They've got an apple. They've got a home. An orange on the D side. That's Ruan. And I think they've got a Dorito corner. That would be Keegan Olivachen. Taking out one of the Rowdy Rough Boys early here. One of the center players walking off now. Rowdy Rough Boys really playing the back line as well. Somebody has released out to that Dorito side brick on King's side of the field. Hansi Schuster now in the Cobra. This could be trouble for Kings. Hansi's made somewhat of a menace of himself in the snake side all day today. And he continues to do so. He takes out one of the Kings players on the D side. It's now a 4-on-4. Hansi taking a lot of pressure from both sides here in that snake Rito. He's going to try and gunfight his way out. He's definitely going to need a support player to move into that corner. Running ref now coming to check the home player. Has he been shot? No, he hasn't. He's still in the game. He's dropping lanes straight onto Hansi Schuster, and he moves out to the apple now. Hansi Schuster now has some support. Rowdy Rough Boys now in the Cobra. Hansi now moves into the Snake 50. Kings is definitely going to need to watch that tape now. They are slowly moving up. Rowdy Rough Boys home player now watching the tape, as well as the back snake player. Pretty much all corners of the field covered here for the Rowdy Rough Boys. Doesn't look like they have anybody left in their D side, so they are going to need it here. Not hearing much comms coming from the Rowdy Rough Boys. They're going to need to get those comms up. I know a lot of the Kings players like to be sneaky like that, especially on that D side. Keegan Olivachen, if you take your eyes off him for a moment, you're pretty much done for once he gets to that 50. Hansi Schuster learning that, I think. He gets taken out, crossfield shot there. That might have been Keegan Olivachen. 2 remaining on Rowdy Rough Boys side, 3 remaining on King side.
Back center and the snake side for both teams, battling it out very much.
Things got a little bit slow here. I think people are not trying to make silly mistakes now. I don't currently see anybody on the D side for Kings, so perhaps that was a trade. Keegan Olivachen's definitely not there. Rowdy Rough Boys making a move up to the Snake 50 now. Good fill from his front player being taken out. Looks like Rowdy Rough Boys. I see a body walking off there, so I think he might have been in the D side the whole time. Maybe some gun problems, because I really didn't see any lanes coming from that D side. Thomas Cole now coming out to the Snake side brick on Kings. Andre Brown moving out to the Cobra. Good teamwork there, taking out the last Rowdy Rough Boys player out of the center. I think he attempted to move to the D side, but was unsuccessful. Thomas Cole and those lanes, it's just next level. And Thomas Cole's going to round this out now. First point on the board for Kings. We're going to go back to the first game, Katana versus Rage. We'll be right back. Second match of the last set of the prelims. Katana versus Rage. Not much time has surpassed here. Katana is 1 point up. Rage has quite a lot of time to do something. You're watching Rage's breakout right now. Straight into the snake goes Baldu Fantunda. He makes it in clean. I see a running ref moving to that Dorito corner. And looks like he's clean, but they have lost one of their center players. Katana now moving straight up into the snake Rito. That'll be Ross McPhail.
Rage losing another player on the Dorito side. Losing the snake player.
Sean McGuinness also way up there. And bodies are just dropping on Rage's side of the field. Katana's really playing this as if they're the ones who's a point down. Rage losing Marnie now. One left in that apple. And he gets taken out really quickly. Is Katana going to run the time down here?
She's gonna edit it out later. That's fine, just try.
Katana really rocked that breakout. You guys didn't see it on screen, but I think it was 5 guns up off the break here. I think we had some friendly fire there. Alright, Katana coming to touch. There we go, and that's another point on the board for Katana. Alright, we'll be right back.
1 minute.
Welcome back.
Seconds.
Moving on to the next one. Kings and Rowdy Rough Boys have now switched sides. 6 minutes 38 seconds left on the clock, with Kings being in the driving
30
position right
seconds.
now with 1 point on the board. Let's see if Rowdy Rough Boys get some aggression off the break on this next one.
10 seconds.
Right now you're watching Rowdy Rough Boys break out on the right hand side. I'm expecting some big pushes on both the D side and the snake side. They're going to need to really push to try and get those points up. Again, they need this one to be able to go through. And they've lost their snake player off the break. I think Thomas Cole was responsible for that one. Keegan Olavarkan moving out to the orange on the D side. Kings holding steady now. They know they don't need to be doing such big moves. They're already through. But another win really helps with their seedings. So they're not going to risk anything here. Rowdy Rough Boys, very bold move out to the snake side. And Brick. Viku Boyson now with his own bold move straight to the snake 50. And he's going to be backed up by Andre Brown, who's now moved out to the snake Rito. And they're taking one crossfield. I think that's Quinton Duffy. I don't think he knows his shot. Okay, well, he definitely knows his shot now. He's getting it from both sides. Good effort there for Quinton Duffy. That was a big move out. Kings is now going to put that pressure on that last player left in the Dorito corner. Viku Boysa dropped the hammer there.
And that might be, if Kings is clean, then they might take this point as well.
Alright, Rowdy Rough Boys tiling it now to try and save the time. Do we think they can get 2 points in the next 5 minutes? It's definitely possible.
1 minute.
We'll be right back. We're moving back on to Katana versus Rage. This could mean Katana's next Mercy Rule win, or this could mean Rage's first shots at redemption for this match.
20 seconds.
Katana came in swinging the last point as if they were the ones with the point down. Rage is going to need to match that energy.
10 seconds.
I'm expecting Katana to be a bit more on the defense this round. Maybe just run the timeout a little bit more. Bump those bunkers slowly. And that's exactly what they're doing. Primary straight off the break. Rage a little bit more aggressive on their break. 2 in the snake now. Katana releasing though. And they get Valdo Fantunda. Sean McGuinness now. Is that Sean McGuinness? Yeah, Sean McGuinness now taking the walk for Katana. That's going to blow the snake side open. There is one in the snake corner here, so let's see if he goes for the full. Ross McPhail now coming to join Dane Carfoot in the center. Heinrich also getting taken out, and Junior getting taken out as well, almost same time. So the entire Rage side completely wiped out. That was also a quick one here. So Katana, I'm not so sure if they were playing defense, maybe in the first few seconds. After that, they're basically doing what they do best. We're going to run the time down. Okay, no, he did touch it. Keeping us on time. Thank you very much. Nice work there for Katana. That's another Mercy Rule win for them. We'll be right back. Alright, so we saw a Mercy Rule win now from Katana. Let's see if we're going to get the same thing from Kings. This is Rowdy Rough Boys' last attempt to be able to try and make it through to the semi-finals. They are going to need this win. Absolutely everything is riding on this point right now for the Rowdy Rough Boys. That's an immense amount of pressure, I would imagine.
10 seconds.
Right now you're watching Kings breakout on your right. They're definitely playing defense. Nobody in the snake, one in the snake corner. Rowdy Rough Boys also seem to be hanging back a little bit. I think they're just waiting for their opportunity. I don't think they were going to be running that snake straight off the break. They know those lanes are going hard. But Rowdy Rough making it into the snake one. And that's going to be a penalty on the Rowdy Rough Boys. So it must have been a shot he didn't feel on his pack, but that center player unfortunately has cost two deaths for their team instead of the one. So that is unfortunate there for Rowdy Rough Boys. They're in a low body situation now. I think 4 still alive on Kings. Andre Brown's going to start moving out to the Cobra now. Quinton Duffy now in the Snake Rito. Nice work from him, doing this strategically. He didn't run it straight off the break. He's doing it bunker by bunker. And that's the way that they've read the playstyle of Kings. They know that the guns are hot off of the break. So it's no use trying to make those big runs. You can always do it bunker by bunker. Looks like Quinton's managed to take out Thomas Cole. So that is a hard loss for Kings. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Andre Brown here in the Snake, as well as Keegan Olivachen up in that Dorito side. A little bit of a tape battle happening here on the Snake side. Quinton Duffy making sure to periodically check the D side as well, because he knows Rowdy Rough Boys does have one in the Dorito side as well. Looks like he's lost his opponent on that side though, because I see some movement happening here on the D side for Kings. It's a 2-on-2 it looks like. Now, is Quinton going to go for the rundown, or is he going to try and stay there and post? Because we know for sure Andre is definitely going to try and move the moment he gets the chance to. It doesn't look like Quinton's giving him much of a chance to move though. Holding very steady in that Snake 50. Oh wait, is he holding steady or is my camera frozen? Ah, my camera is frozen. Alright, well there's a tape battle happening definitely on the Snake side. Oh, and it looks like Quinton Duffy gets taken out now. I'm assuming a snapshot from Andre Brown. My apologies for that, guys. Frozen cameras. But yes, Andre Brown coming out as the winner of that snap battle. It's a well-deserved point there for Kings. And if he's clean, that's going to be a Mercy Rule win for Kings. So that's going to see them at 3rd. Brilliant.
Game finished.
Point secured for Kings. And we'll see you guys shortly. We're going to be moving on to the semi-finals.
Hi guys, welcome to Blades and Triggers. Today we're going to be looking at the tactical flashlight foregrip. Alright, so let's get into it. In the front over here, you'll see basically it's got a 400 lumen Cree LED light. On the sides over here, you'll see this is basically your buttons that are ambidextrous for your strobe function. So whether you're left-handed or right-handed, it'll be easy to use. At the back is your basic on and off switch. Alright, on the top here, you'll see it's got your Picatinny mount to mount onto your ARs or anything with a Picatinny branding. At the bottom over here, you basically unscrew this here and it takes two CR123A batteries. Right, this will give you a rough average runtime, anything between 3 hours to 24 hours, depending on how many lumens you actually set at. This device can go anything from 20 lumens all the way to 400. Right, so the nice thing about this here, it's a UTG product, so basically it is very durable. Right, it's basically designed for any of your AR rifles, shotguns, any of your real firearms. It can handle the recoil. It is also weather resistant, IPX7, so it will be very durable as well. And yeah, if you're looking for something that will give you a tactical advantage, this is the way to go.
Welcome back. This is Kelly Gerber. We're moving on to the semi-finals of the South African XBALL League 5-man Event 2. Alright, so seeded first, BMC is going to be playing Rage, who have seeded 4th. Katana seeded 2nd. They're going to be playing Kings, who are coming in 3rd place. These games are going to be running fairly quickly. We're going to be running split deck for both the semi-finals and the finals. Remember, the loser of the semi-final is going to go on to play for 3rd and 4th, so we're going to see that in between the 1st and 2nd game as well. So make sure you stay tuned. Don't move. And away we go. BMC versus Rage in their semi-finals match now. This is a knockout. If Rage lose this one, they're going to be playing for 3rd and 4th. BMC, they've been looking really strong all day long, going undefeated. I think they've lost 1 point the whole day. So it's looking really good for them. You're watching Rage's breakout on the right now. They're really in the shadows. Apologies. But you can kind of see their silhouettes.
10 seconds.
Rage moving out of the break straight into the snake. That's Baldu van Tondo crawling up into the snake. No, that's not Baldu van Tondo, sorry. That's Mani moving into the snake 2 off the break and making it in clean. He is so fast. Kayla Ferreira in the snake 1 for BMC side. Mani now looking crossfield. It looks like Rage has lost one of their back players on the D side, so it's a 4-on-5 in favor of BMC. Desmond van der Walt now in that snake Rito. Kayla Ferreira moving into the snake 3. Tripling up that snake side. I think that's Dino Francisco at that snake side brick. Rage has now lost their back center player. I think that's Heinrich now taking the walk for Rage. Rage losing Mani as well as the person who was standing behind that apple. That's going to completely wipe Rage out. And BMC now taking the first point. Very quick.
Yes.
Just over a minute. That's going to put BMC in the lead now. We'll be right back. We're going to move on to the next game of this set, which is going to be Katana versus Kings. Welcome back. We're going to be moving into the second part of the semi-finals, Katana versus King. So this is seeded 2nd versus seeded 3rd. This is going to be an interesting match to watch. Kings definitely wants this. They've been getting 3rd places across the board for a good while now. So it's definitely time for maybe a 2nd or even a 1st place for Kings. They've really been putting in the work. You can see it on the field and the improvements in the game. The team dynamic is just, it's become so great. Definitely going to be great to see that hard work pay off for sure. Katana, big push up the snake off the break. Ross McPhail doing the work, and he makes it in clean. Dane Carfoot now moving out to the center tower. And I see a push up to the snake corner as well. And Katana now spread of the field there. Kings is also starting to spread out a little bit more. They're still in their primaries though. They're being held back quite harshly here. It's not very easy to move past these lanes from Katana. Thomas Cole releasing out into the center tower.
Kings have not
got an apple watching that tape, not allowing any movement happening here, but as he reloads, I'm wondering if he has anybody watching that side.
Katana filling in.
Ruan taking the walk now after
Snake
trying
side,
to make the
Katana
fill
filling
into
up
the Dorito
Doritos
2.
as well. Kings losing their
Katana
first
taking
player
advantage and
on
moving
the
up
Dorito
the
side.
Dorito side as well. 4 on 5 in favor of Katana now. Beautiful fill
Kings
into
filling
the
up the
Dorito
Dorito
corner
side
on
from the
King's
back
side of the
center.
field.
Pretty nice.
Can't really see who that is right now. Katana is in the Snake Rito and in the Apple. It's not going to be good for Kings if Sean McGuinness gets into that Snake. Seems like he's taking a lot of pressure from the crossfield. Good communication happening on Katana's side of the field though. Sean's just waiting for his moment to snap out here. And it looks like he's gained the dominance and he's going to move straight into the Snake 50. He's being backed up on that Snake side brick here by Dane Carfoot, who's just made the move up from that center tower. Thomas Cole watching the D side from that center tower. Got one behind the Apple on King's side of the field, who's battling now 2 on the Snake side. He's having a rough time of it. I think he's going to try and move his attention to the Dorito side. Sean kind of stuck where he is at the moment. He is taking quite a bit of pressure from both sides now. There is still one in the Dorito corner for Kings. He's made that fill really nicely, but it seems like he's going to be stuck in there. Katana slowly starting to creep up now.
Oh, and Katana losing the Snake.
Katana has lost their Snake player. He catches one on the goggles. That gives Thomas Cole the opportunity to move out now to the brick on the Snake side. He's making his way closer and closer to Dane Carfoot now. He's going to try and get the shots on him. He's exposing himself quite a lot here, but really laying that paint down. It seems that Katana has a Dorito 50 at the moment. He's managed to sneak through Thomas Cole's lane. I think that's Callum Sturgeon now at the Snake 1 for Katana, and he's going to take Thomas Cole out. And it looks like he gets shots in the crossfire as well. Right, that's going to leave, I think, 2 Katana players left on the field to go and hang the flag here, get their first points on the board. Decent amount of time has gone by. Kings should probably towel this by now. Semi-finals matches do tend to come down to the wire quite often. So any time that you can save is good time. Dane Carfoot going to just Sunday stroll on over to touch. Here he goes, running it out. Thorough checking there from the ref. And that's going to be points approved for Katana. They'll be back on the field after this next game, having switched sides. We're going to move on and we'll see you in a second.
Seconds.
This is Rage and BMC's second game. They've swapped sides now. Just over a minute of game time used and BMC is 1 point up. Rage is going to need to be the aggressor for this point. I'm not sure if BMC is going to play the defensive game at this point in time. Lots of time still left on the clock, so they might just play their regular game, which is dropping the hammer, essentially. You're watching BMC's breakout on the right. Matthew van Black diving straight in Snake side. He's going to crawl right past the Snake Rito and straight into the Snake 50. There's a running ref coming to check the Dorito side for BMC. I wonder if this is going to cause a penalty. But it looks like he is clean. Matthew van Black now watching the tape from the Snake 50, and he's going to put some pressure onto the Rage Snake 1 player. I see bodies walking off here on Rage's side of the field. They've lost their entire backline. It looks like it's a 2-on-5 in favor of BMC. Some pressure being put down on the cross here from that Snake corner here. That's Desmond van der Volt. And Marnie's going to start walking out of that Snake. One left on Rage's side of the field, and he gets taken out fairly quickly as well. In this situation,
Ace.
Okay, looks like Rage has called a towel to try and save some time here. Rather give BMC the point quickly and use that time to try and win something back.
1 minute.
Right, moving back onto Kings and Katana. This is their second point for this set. This is the semi-finals. Kings knows they have to do something major in this point to equalize it. I am expecting quite a big push off the break, although Katana's lanes are pretty strong, especially when it comes snake side and that wide Dorito run. It's a very difficult one. Ruan is going for it. He gets shots on his way into the Dorito corner. So now it's going to be a 5-on-4 in favor of Katana straight off the break. Katana taking full advantage of that kill now. They've got one in the snake one and one in the snake corner as well, watching the cross. Kings has lost another one. Katana now moving out to the corner and releasing out D side as well. They've got a really good spread of this field. Having the advantage of the field, Katana now is starting to move up bunker by bunker. Big snake push up to the snake 2. He's watching infield and he's going to get that shot on the apple from King. So now this is going to be a, I think, 2-on-4 in favor of Katana. I could be wrong.
And Kings losing their second most.
Callum Sturgeon taking some pressure there in that snake corner. I'm seeing 2 people walking off for Katana, so it looks like it's going to be a 2-on-1. Viku Boysa is just walking off now, so Katana closing that one out pretty quickly as well. Could this be a mercy rule win for Katana? Bit of time wasting on the field now. Oh, and he touches.
Ace.
A lot of time being eaten out by that match, so Kings has even less time now to try and get some points. We'll be right back.
1 minute.
Back again, BMC versus
20
Rage.
seconds.
Now this is Rage's last opportunity to try and get themselves through to that first and second game. If they lose here, they're going to be playing 100% for
10
third and
seconds.
fourth. Right now you're watching BMC's breakout on the left. Big push up to the D side in the D corner. They're going to be doubling up the home. And they managed to get one of the Rage players out of the break as well. Now it's time for them to release. It looks like one is in that tall center tower. One's gone all the way through to the Dorito 4. Nobody coming snake side as yet, but they're getting the kills. It's going to be a 2-on-5 in favor of BMC now. Desmond van der Walt all the way out now. Really wide, trying to get that shot on the home player. Matthew van Black now at that brick in the snake. But I think they may have wiped out the whole of Rage.
One player left for Rage, but we'll see.
No, there's still one left in the Dorito corner for Rage, and he's going to have to fight off the entire BMC squad now. That is not going to be easy. Running ref to check that last Rage player, and looks like he's clean. BMC coming for the rundown now. Alright, so Rage is calling in the towel for mercy on their last player, and that is going to be the third point for BMC, securing their spot to play in the first and second game. Rage is going to be playing for third and fourth. We're back with possibly the last game of this set. Kings and Katana, they're back on their original sides now. Katana 2 points up, 4 minutes 41 seconds left on the clock.
Seconds.
Katana is this one. So is the issue playing with Kings? Probably, but we'll see now.
10 seconds.
Katana with the slow breakout now. They're not doing big moves. They don't really need it. Kings are the ones that need to make the big moves here. So Katana 5 guns up off the break. And it seems like Kings has lost 2 players off the break there. So good game plan from Katana. just playing the defense basically. It seems that Kings have doubled up the home. They are going to need to release very soon if they have any chance of taking this. The wider Katana gets out, the less chance of survival here for those two in that back center. Ross McPhail jumping over the snake beam. He's now in the snake 1 and he's going to watch the infield, try and get some shots crossfield on that Dorito player for Kings. Kings losing their home player now. Thomas Cole taking the walk. Their Apple also taking the walk. Katana capitalizing big time now and they're going to be running up. Alright, Tal being called on the last alive player. Teammates having mercy on their teammate. So that is going to be a 3-0 win here for Katana, and that's securing their spot in the finals. They'll be playing for first and second against BMC. Kings are going to be playing against Rage for third and fourth place. We're going to take a little break and we'll be right back for that final set.
With the wind and the feeling that I'm under. Yeah, I gotta go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of the guns at once and explode into space. Like a true nature's child, we were born to be wild. We can climb so high. I never wanna die.
Welcome back everybody, we're moving on to the finals at the SAXL 5-man event 2. We're here in Johannesburg, this is Kelly Gerber. Now this is your final set for the day. BMC and Katana both winning their semi-finals matches. They're going to go on to play for first and second. The concession, Rage versus Kings, they'll be playing for third and fourth. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. First game of this set is going to be BMC versus Katana. The first and second place spots here. First place is up for grabs. BMC's been looking real strong all day long, going undefeated. The only point that they've lost all day has been against Katana. So this is going to be an interesting one. Katana seems to be the only team to be able to take a point off of BMC all day long today. So let's see if they can make that 3. Well, technically they only really need to win 1 and then run the time down, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for paintball. BMC's breakout on the left now. Big push into the Cobra. Goes Matty van Black. He's got one Apple behind him. Katana kind of playing the back line here.
BMC taking it easy, is playing the back scene.
Somebody's released out onto the Dorito side. And he's going to be watching the cross. Waiting for that move from Matthew.
BMC moving up slowly on
I think Matthew's realized that, so he gets on his hands and knees and starts crawling up to the Snake Rito. BMC also has a tall tower in the center. They've lost Brian Dolphin and he makes his way off the field. They do not have a Dorito side right now. Somebody is going to need to fill. 5-on-4 in favor of Katana. I see a purple spire behind that home bunker. That is Jordan Jordan throwing lanes down onto the Snake side. He's going to switch and start looking on the D side.
BMC losing one of their center players and another Dorito player.
Alright, he definitely gets the shots on that Dorito runner. So now BMC is 3 down. It's going to be 2-on-3.
He's clean.
2 on 3 here. Actually, I think it's 2 on 5. Well, now it's 2 on 4, sorry. 2 on 4 in favor of Katana. It's looking real good for Katana right now. The 2 remaining players are both stuck in the snake.
Down to 3.
They've got a real good view of the field. They are crossing it up.
Katana losing one of their snake.
Okay, BMC has lost their snake support player now. It's just Matthew van Black alone, and the towel is being called. Strategic towel for BMC. They're going to give Katana this point, and they'll be back on the field to try and equalize it with lots of time still left on the clock.
1 minute. 30 seconds.
Playing for 3rd and 4th place, Rage versus Kings, both having lost their semi-finals match. They now face each other. The podium is on the line.
20 seconds.
This is already quite a big win for Rage. I don't think that they've made it out of prelims before. So already doing better than they did in their last event. Right now you're watching their breakout on the left. Valdo van Tonder makes it into the snake, takes a bit of a tumble on his way. Oh, and he's not clean. Gets shot off the break there. So it's 5 on 4 in favor of Kings.
Doing well here.
Ruan moving out to the Dorito 2, all the way at the end of the field there, and he makes it, and he's going to keep it going. He's going to go to the Dorito 3 now. Both back players watching snake side. Andre Brown now moving out to that Cobra. Rage has lost 2 players. Somebody has moved out to that snake corner. Not a bad fill.
Rage losing 3 players.
Kings having the body advantage now though. Andre Brown moving up to the snake Rito. Another one moving out to the center brick. Everybody's pretty much moving forward. They do still have somebody in the snake corner.
Kings is 4 alive, sorry for that. Rage is out
It
there.
looks like they've
Kings is
managed to
4
take out the
alive.
last of Rage. Is Kings ready to get their millionth 3rd place? Not a bad end to the day. It's always better to end on a win than to end on a loss, I always say. Alright, they're in the running now for their 3rd place.
1 minute.
Okay, that's one.
30 seconds.
Katana now in the driver's seat in this match. They're 1 point ahead in the race to 1st place.
20 seconds.
BMC calling the strategic towel in the last point. So we know for sure they're going to be guns up off the break. They're going to be looking to get out really wide.
10 seconds.
Get up as far up the field as possible. Still a lot of time left on the clock. 1.5 minutes game time used in that last point. Katana definitely on the defense now, playing their back bunkers.
Yeah, both nice.
BMC currently already in the snake Rito, moving out to the center tower. They have an apple, they have an orange, and a snake corner. So 5 on 5. It's an even match right now. Snake player looking crossfield for that Dorito runner.
Still 5 alive on both sides. People just holding their bunkers. Katana pushing up the center.
Somebody has moved up to the snake side brick, and they've got eyes on Matthew van Black in that snake Rito.
Down that Dorito side.
Katana now has an apple. BMC now has
Katana filling
a
up into
snake
the Dorito
corner.
side as well, pushing up the bunkers. BMC just sitting back.
I see a big move from Brian Dolphin out to the Dorito 4. He's going to try and get some crossfield shots. Matthew van Black now crawling up straight to the snake 50. This is going to cause some pressure here for Katana. They are going to need to watch that tape. I think that's Ross McPhail in the brick on the snake side. Looks like he's got his eyes on Matthew van Black. I don't think he's going to let him move up. Matthew leaning out.
As well as for BMC.
Just waiting for somebody to pop out of that snake corner. Looks like Sean McGuinness has taken a dive into the Dorito corner. That was quite a big run, I must say. And to be able to get through that lane that Desmond van der Wald's got going on crossfield, really good work there from Sean McGuinness. BMC has now turned their attention snake side, putting a lot of pressure on Ross McPhail in that brick. Yosh Naran in the brick on the snake side for BMC as well. He's going to be watching that snake corner.
I don't know what's going on the Dorito side, but the snake side is very tense for now.
Matthew now looking infield. Looks like he did get a shot on one of the Katana players in the D side. I think that's Mark Gerber now taking the walk for Katana. It's looking like a low body situation here for Katana now. They are taking the pressure. Desmond van der Walt and Matthew van Black both in the Snake 50 now, putting immense pressure onto Ross McPhail here in that brick. He's going to need to either be blind from the Dorito side or blind from the Snake side. Oh, and he gets taken out by the Dorito side. Last player left now on Katana's side in the Dorito corner. Matthew van Black and Desmond van der Walt absolutely running down. Dropping lanes left, right and center. There is no way for this last player to go.
BMC giving Katana not the time to...
He's trying his best to fight his way out. Matthew van Black taking a nice Sunday stroll onto Katana's big tower, and he gets the kill.
Looks like BMC will take that point. Let's just see how it's not.
That last Katana player did last pretty long. But BMC's pressure is just too much. So this is going to be the first time we're seeing a strategic towel successfully managed.
Point approved.
So very nice there from BMC. They have equalized it. We have ourselves a match. Moving back onto Kings versus Rage, having switched sides now. Kings is 1 point up. Again, not a lot of time used in that previous point.
20 seconds.
Rage doesn't need to really rush this one. I think they just need to be a bit smarter about their moves, capitalize on those kills, and really just survive off the break. Obviously. You're watching Kings breakouts on your left. Kings pushing out straight to the snake corner, straight to the snake brick. Rage does have one in the snake one as well. Well done to him for making it through those lanes. We know that's definitely not easy, especially with a back center like Thomas Cole on Kings. Valdo van Tonder now looking infield from that snake one. He's hoping to catch somebody running through to that Dorito corner. His attention is Dorito side, so that's going to give Kings the opportunity to now move into the Cobra. Andre Brown now looking infield from there.
50. Sounds like there's gun problems there for Rage at the back seat.
Rage's Apple is busy shooting the tape now. I think he has noticed that Andre Brown has made it into that Cobra. He's trying to put some pressure on him, stop him from moving up. Things have gotten a little bit quiet. I can't really see what's happening on the D side, but I do see that Kings does still have an orange watching the snake.
Rage lost the snake. So
Thomas Cole in that tall tower in the center as well, watching the Dorito side. Looks like Valdo van Tonder got taken out there. Must have been Keegan Olivachen in that orange. Andre Brown now moving to the snake Rito. He's not dealing with much pressure. He was able to get in there on his feet as well.
The snake taking some heavy pressure from the back center and the Dorito side.
Keegan Olivachen is going to need to start moving up, take some of that pressure off of Andre Brown once they turn their guns. Communication is key here. I think when the guns turn towards Keegan, Andre should have moved up. Nonetheless, they do get another kill on Rage. So Rage is now with the low body situation. Kings just needs to capitalize now. I think they may have lost the kill count. Nobody's moving.
We've got Kings moving up.
Keegan Olivachen now moving into the Dorito 2. So we evenly spread here. Keegan getting taken out.
Kings losing one of their players on the Dorito side.
So it's still a high body situation for Kings. But they are going to need somebody to fill that spot.
They lost the other Dorito player, so it looks like there's 2 players left for Kings.
Thomas Cole now taking the walk as well.
And last player left for Kings.
Still high body situation for Kings. I think it's a 2-on-1.
Kings in the Snake 50.
Andre Brown now moving out to the Snake 50. Putting pressure on that last player. He's peeking out. I don't know if he's got his gun up or not, but he definitely knows Andre Brown is there, and he knows for sure there is another player left on King, so he's watching both sides. I think it is Trent Nichols left in that home bunker. And Carla is on the D side. She made a very nice fill up, and she's making her way up the field. It seems like she's having some gun issues though. So she's not really going to be a worry for now for Trent Nichols. But she's nonetheless still in the game. I'm not hearing much communication between the 2 Kings players left. They are all the way across field from each other. But they know they're in a high body situation right now. Okay, Carla moving into the Dorito 50. Oh, it looks like Andre did get the shot on Trent, though. Yeah, Trent taking the walk now. Andre's just being a little cautious here. Almost shot his own player. And that's going to put the second point up on the board for Kings. One step closer to that podium. Rage now has less than half the game time to get 2 points. They are definitely going to need to hustle.
1 minute.
Welcome back. It's an even game between BMC and Katana. It could be anybody's match here. Just under half the game time used.
20 seconds. 10 seconds.
You're watching BMC's breakout on the left. Straight into the Cobra. They've got an apple doubling up the home as well. Kings, very similar breakouts, also doubling up the home. Now releasing out to the D side. I've noticed Katana utilizing that Xbox on the D side quite often as well. Just short of the Dorito 2. BMC now moving out around the taxi and diving straight into the snake.
BMC moving up into the Snake 1, they pushing the Snake side.
It looks like they've genuinely lost him because they're busy shooting that Snake Rito and he's already crawled up to the Snake 3.
BMC pushing up in the center on the Dorito side. Katana filling out to the Dorito
Matthew
side.
van Black still watching his tape. He is now the back player. I think that's Yosh Naran now in the Snake. He's almost at the 50. He's going to be crawling on the inside, which is not something we've seen very often today. A little bit of a different tactic. He's going to leave himself almost out in the open. He is now on Katana's Snake 3. BMC now has one in the Snake Rito. He's going to be backed up by somebody in the Cobra as well. This is a stacked Snake side. The other 2 players are D side, I believe. There is one in that orange still in his back bunker. He's now moved out to the Dorito corner. There's one in the Dorito 2 as well. Alright, now doubling up the Snake Rito. I like this team dynamic that they've got here between Matthew van Black and Desmond van der Vold. They seem to gel really well together. Alright, super stacked Snake side. That home player for Katana is going to need to lock in. They still have an orange on the D side here, but he's gonna expose his back completely here.
Side with BMC and Katana.
BMC getting that kill.
I see 2 more players there.
And that's going to leave one snake one snake corner on Katana, who's just going to be taking the heat. And he gets run down. Right, Katana now calling the towel. So another strategic towel in this match. Let's see if this one works out well for Katana.
Point approved. 1 minute.
Byron.
Right, this could potentially be the last point for Kings and Rage, or we could see a comeback from Rage. Definitely not a lot of time left on the clock for the play style for a team like Rage. I don't know if this is going to be enough time for them to try and get some points on the board here. Maybe 1. They'll be pushing it if they try and get 2 points in this allotted time. So they are going to need to push. This is Rage's breakout now. Getting straight into their primaries. We've got 2 corners. Seems like everybody survived off the break, but Kings just having a bit of a better spread of the field. Andre Brown now in the Cobra watching the infield. It looks like that home player is like super exposed even from here, so Andre might get that shot quite easily. Home player manages to avert that lane.
Rage losing 1 player in the Dorito side.
But they've lost their Dorito player. It's going to be a 5-on-4 in favor of Kings. Rage losing another player and another player. So that's going to be 2-on-5. Both remaining players still stuck at their primaries. 1 apple, 1 orange. Rage taking advantage now on the D side. You can see they're starting to run up and they get that shot on the D side player. 1 left in the apple versus 5 Kings players. Not the result that we were hoping for Rage.
Kings pushed up nice into the center. They just hammering on this guy, not giving.
Rage doesn't really have anywhere to go right now. That last player is kind of stuck in there. He's taking it from all angles. He is putting up a fight though. But Kings is coming all the way down the Dorito side and they get that kill on that last Rage player. He held them off for quite some time, but it just was not enough.
Yes.
And with that, Kings secures their 3rd place spot. Brilliant game here from Kings. They had a wonderful day of paintball. And they'll be ending the day on a podium. Congratulations.
I'm gonna announce it now.
Right, so your finals match. This could potentially be the last point of the day. 2 minutes 20 seconds left on the clock.
20 seconds.
It's going to be 2-1 now in favor of BMC. As long as BMC can hold tight in their primaries for 2.5 minutes, they are golden and they'll be getting that 1st place trophy. Katana does not have much time to equalize this. We might go to overtime if Katana can pull this off in the 2 minutes.
Okay, we have Katana pushing
BMC not pushing out too much off the break. Concentrated in the center. Katana doubling up the home. I'm hoping somebody releases out into the snake. Yes. Katana does have a snake 1 now.
BMC moving up the center of the field.
He's going to be taking a lot of pressure. BMC holding steady in those primary bunkers. Kayla Ferreira moving out to the snake side brick. Yoshnaran in the snake corner. BMC has taken the opportunities.
Still seems like 5 alive for both sides. That's 1 minute in.
Katana now trying it themselves. And Mark Gerber makes it into the Dorito corner.
Katana, so that's 5 on.
They have lost their home player now though. It's a 5-on-4 in favor of BMC. Yosh diving into the snake Rito. very narrowly
BMC
avoiding
might have
a
lost
lane coming
another-
from the D
BMC
side.
lost a player and Katana lost his possible second player. That might be down to 4v3.
The pressure is on. We're going on 1 minute left remaining of this game. Katana knows they need to get up there right now.
60 seconds.
Nobody seems to be releasing. BMC definitely has them locked down. Not giving them even an inch. Yosh now watching the cross. Katana has lost one of their snake side players now as well. So it looks like 3 remaining on Katana. Not a bad situation to be in if your body's down to be so close to the corners and out wide. I think that's Ross McPhail moving out to the Snake Rito now. He's going to be watching the cross, but Mark Gerber has been taken out on the D side. That's going to leave very little chance here of survivability.
Okay.
The clock is just running down. We're almost done with the time, so BMC, it's looking real good for them now. And that's time up. There was no way that last Snake Corner was going to be able to make any kind of run down with that time remaining.
Really? I think that's done, right?
So that is going to give BMC the first place win for this event. So well deserved, going undefeated all day long. My goodness, this team is just unstoppable. Congratulations to BMC on their first place, Katana coming in second, Kings coming in third, and Rage coming in fourth. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share this with your friends, engage with the video, comments, everything, and we'll see you at the next one.
Yeah. Pop in, burning like this, ain't checking my wrist. Third is my shift. Rolling all night like flex, we look at the clips, these credits are lit. Stacking miles, I'm far away from home, I got what I wished for. Taking that risk, I'm checking my list. Marathon man, it's run legit. Can't let it slip when it's all in my grip. Talking too much, he probably not.